Want to be happy? Build a life, not just a business. Hey, it's Evan Carmichael, and this channel was created to help you overcome the #1 challenge that is holding you back, a lack of belief in yourself. You watch these videos because you know there's something more inside you too. You've got Michael Jordan level genius at something. So today, let's live your best believe life and get some incredible motivation from Eric Thomas. Enjoy.
If you're going to do what you say you're going to do, be what you say you're going to be, you're going to have to lion me out. That gazelle stuff, I'm trying to tell you. You a gazelle, you're going to come up short. You a gazelle, you're not always going to get what you want out of life. You a gazelle, you're going to have an average experience. You a student, I need you in lion mode. You a teacher, I need you in lion mode. You an entrepreneur, I need you in lion mode. You trying to lose weight, lion mode. You can't do nothing significant in gazelle mode, nothing. Nothing impressive happens in gazelle mode. Nothing happens when you run it. Nothing happens in run mode, give up mode, quit mode, scared mode, fearful mode. Nothing happens. Everything happens in lion mode like I'm coming to get you. I love it. Y'all ever seen the one where the lioness is kind of sitting there and she double dutching and all the beasts is running by and they just keep going. And she just in preparation mode. And out of nowhere, there's no music, no preparation. You just see my man come out of nowhere and just boom, bam, grab one, boom, boom, rip your heart out. That's lion mode. And you got to get to a place where you start executing. Somebody just helped me out. Last year, the greatest news in the NBA, the greatest story in the NBA last year was what? Greatest story told in the NBA last year, off season, was what? Kevin Durant left to go to Golden State. Durant like, I'm out. I don't know where y'all come from, but that hurt hard because they supposed to be boys. Look at this picture for a minute. Because this is why, if you're going to be successful, this is where I need you to go right here. What a pick. This was the one where you play your boy first game, you and your homie was cool, right? And this is where you emotionally cut him. This is when you cut my man. This is when you see my man and he trying to be cool. He trying to act like he ain't leave you high and dry. He trying to act like the goals and the dreams y'all have. This the one where he clapping and you look my man in his face and say, you dead to me. And that's why most of you will never be successful because there's some stuff in your past you keep holding on to. And you got to get to a point when you're ready to grind and you're ready to get to the next level. You look at people you used to be close to and say, you dead to me. You dead. 42 triple doubles. We shouldn't even be talking about the MVP. Ain't nobody else even. If somebody else make it close to the MVP, the NBA is rigged and I'm through with them. They saw my man at the beginning of the season. I'm talking about high octane. They said if he keep doing that all season, what's going to happen? They said he keep running himself like that, he's going to burn out. My man ain't burnt out. He don't look like he ain't close to burn out. But you know why they said it? Because they can't operate on that level for that long. So people will try to put their limitations on you. I can do 6 gigs. I can do 7. We can leave here tonight. You can take me to a church. I'll give you another hour. You can't do it. Don't put your limitations on me. I'm dead to your limitations. Your limitations don't exist in my world. Those are your limitations. Keep them. Go home, watch them on TV. Go home, read the newspaper about. Go home and look in the mirror. Go home, call your homeboy, and y'all talk about your limitations. I ain't got none. I get off the plane from going to Dubai and get on the ground, and I hit it. And some of y'all holding on to stuff you shouldn't be holding on to. It should be dead to you. Doggone, go do a funeral if you need to. Get rid of that junk. Like, bury it. Do whatever you got to do. But it's weighing you down. It's killing you. Every day you waking up thinking about it. You shouldn't be thinking about it no more. It should be dead to you. Move on. And move towards your greatness. I forget those things which are behind. And I press. I press towards the thing. I press. I don't got time for that no more. It's nothing personal. I ain't got nothing against you. I don't hate you, but I love me. I just don't think people understand how hard you have to work to make your dreams become a reality. You know, like I think people get so excited about the dreaming part that they have no idea like what it really takes. And so I need you to do me a huge favor. I need you to understand, #1, that every dream you have will become a reality. But the first thing you have to realize is you will have to pay the price. There is a price tag to greatness. It's not free. They not handing it out. Your mama can't give it to you. Your daddy can't give it to you. But God bless the child that's got its own. And so I was in Montgomery last week, guys, and I went to the opening of the new memorial. And they showed the different individuals who had been lynched and why they had been lynched and what county they came from. And as I was in Montgomery, I kept seeing Rosa Parks. Listen to me very carefully, guys. Oh, listen to me very carefully. She had to pay a price. And so they said to Rosa, you can't sit here. Rosa said, I'm going to pay the price. They said, if you do not get up. Rosa said, I ain't getting up. I've been working real long. I've been working real hard. I'm not getting up. And they arrested her. And guess what? Rosa is great, but she paid the price. So what makes it special for me is that Rosa Parks is not only an icon. Rosa Parks not only represents having a dream and not only having a dream, but having to grind for that dream. Like going to prison for that dream. Having to walk 381 days plus for that dream. I want to say to the millennials, you are not entitled to anything. You are not, if you're going to get anything, you will have to work for every single thing you get. And you got to work every single day.
When did you know, hey, this is something different about me? I can really speak here. This is something unique.
Freshman year in college, and don't laugh.
Okay.
All right, freshman year in college, me and my boys start like this, like Christian like organization. So every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, we'd speak. Now, they didn't let me speak initially.
Okay.
Because I was a high school dropout, rough around the edges, like I wasn't really polished, right? And so, but here's a good thing is, you know, you stay humble. It's a gift. So we did it every Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So at some point, the guys couldn't make the appointment. So I was like always the host of the show. So when they didn't show up,
yes,
they like, well, we bringing so-and-so to speak. I'm like, no, you're not. I'm hosting. So this is my shot right here.
The best ability is availability, right?
Irv wasn't there, Trey wasn't there. I'm like, finally, 3-4 months into it, I'm like, I'm in because they not there. So I'm in. Like, don't put me in, I'm in. You know, and my first message was, pimping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. That was my first message.
At the church meeting.
Yeah, at the church meeting. Pimping ain't easy, but somebody's got to do it. That's why I said don't laugh. But this is how I knew I had something, because people were like, yo, nobody's ever. And so I talked about how the devil's trying to pimp us.
Okay.
and you know, and I just took that whole angle. And then my second message just blew up. Was how many licks does it take to get to the center of a sucker? You know, and so everybody was just like, yo, bro, this is different. Like, this is not a normal preacher. It's not a normal delivery. The energy is kind of different. So while adults weren't really fooling with me, a lot of guys who were like, yo, we don't even do that church stuff. Yes. Like, we don't do that kind of stuff. We're not into that. And what was unique about, and I'm glad you asked, nobody's ever asked me this. What was unique is that we did it at the Bell Tower, which was in the center of the campus. So you had to pass it to go anywhere. So it was cats like, yo, I wasn't coming to no spiritual event, but I would hear that loud voice and that passion. Seriously? And I heard, pimping? Pimping? Are you talking about pimping at church? You know, so they would just walk over like, yo, what is he talking about? Pimping ain't easy. And it was at that point when I saw non-church, regular people, jeans, t-shirts coming by. And when I would speak, stop, I was like, yo, E, you got something. Yeah, you got something.
You knew it then.
Yep.
Also, if you want to have more self-belief and more self-confidence, I've created a special free program where every day for the next 254 days, I will send you an unlisted video to help you boost your self-belief and self-confidence. The link to join for free is in the description below.
Get that goal, get that dream, and I'm just been telling you, drive it and drive it and drive it and drive it. What I've been talking about is consistency. And we talk about the school of greatness, you know, we talk about, you know, greatness is upon you. We are 16, 17, sitting on a curve. I'm homeless, high school dropout. Imagine being with this young lady and you're dreaming. Stop saying I'm not good enough. Stop saying my family, we don't do this. Like, stop with the excuses and take the opportunity that's given to you. Shoot the doggone shot. You wide open. Take the shot. I need you to hear me very carefully. When he told me I would be great, I never shared this with any of my friends. But I would wake up in that abandoned building and I would pretend that I was going to be great. As I walked up and down those lonely streets, I would pretend to myself that I was going to be great. I need you to do me a favor. Before the actual dream becomes a reality, I need you to wake up every single day. I need you to eat the dream. I need you to sleep the dream. I need you to talk the dream. Because some days you're not going to feel like getting up and the dream is going to push you. Some days you're not going to feel like keep going, but the dream is going to push you. Don't be envious of individuals who are in your life. Your homeboys, your homegirls. Like, we're not talking about haters right now. We're talking about your people you love. Stop looking at everybody else's life, right? Now, y'all got to do me a favor. You got to be tunnel vision, all right? You can't, my man doing this, my homegirl doing this. She graduated and got a job. I don't got a job. It's like she prospering and my man prospering. I'm like, look, listen to me. Don't envy nobody else's hand. The hand that life dealt them, don't envy nobody else. My boy Joey Kibble, my sophomore year, he left college, right? Went to go sing with Take Six, Grammy award-winning Take Six. Are you hearing me? I never went to my boy crib and hated on my boy. When I went, I was like, woo! Like, not only in my dreams, like in my head, not only in my dreams, something I'm talking about, but I got a homeboy who doing it. This is what's wrong with this generation. If you're doing it for money, you cutting it on and off. Mm-hmm. If you're doing it for money, if they ain't giving you bread, that means you ain't gonna come clean. Yeah, that means you ain't gonna give 120%. Yep. So that's why I do it for the love of the game, because that just means every time I do it, I'm gonna be firing. Who make the most money? The basketball player, not that can put up 40. The dude that could put up the big numbers and do it consistently. I can't pay a dude who gonna put up 30 in one game, then he gonna put up 5 in another one. I can't build my team around inconsistency. Absolutely. But if you could score 17 a night, and I know you can give me that 50 games out of 82, I can build something around that. So for me, young people, listen to me. You temperamental if you can only do it for money. And if you temperamental, it just don't mean I don't know when I can count on you. And we can't make money if I don't know when I can count on you. Absolutely. So for me, that's why I was at the camp murdering it, because I don't know who in the room who could give me another opportunity.
What is it that you did that separated you from everybody else that did what you did? So you're a motivational speaker and there are other people in the game, and I respect everything that you and everybody who followed you, but what exactly did you do that separated you in your work ethic and everything else?
Good. So the first thing I did was literally, a lot of people go to church. I built a relationship with the Creator. Come on. And said, look, I'm gonna put you first. I messed up. Apparently I didn't do it right. I'm gonna give you the shot now to run my life. And don't mess it up like I messed it up. So I'm giving it to you fully. We're not gonna play with it. You can have it completely. Second thing I did was I got with Dee Dee, my wife, when I was in church. Relationships are everything. Who you hang with? Yes. Who you hang with? Yes. Who you make your right hand? I don't care nothing about reading, studying, doing that. Look, that had nothing to do with nothing. You are nothing but the sum total of the people that you're closest to. All right? Yes. So you got to get with the right. I got with Dee Dee, and Dee Dee said, look, I'm going to college. You a high school dropout. When I go to college, I'm not dating no high school dropout. You either get a GED and follow me to college, or I'm breaking up with you. The first word I used when I came out and I talked about gas in the car was what? Fuel. That was fuel, bro. I'm not, look at me. I might be stupid, but I ain't dumb. I'm just being real. I might be stupid, but I ain't dumb, bro. I knew my girl wasn't about to go to no college for 4 years.
And come back to you. Yes.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? I ain't stupid. She ain't about to go to college for 4 years around all them dudes who want to be doctors and lawyers and teachers and gonna come back to me. And she not gonna graduate and come home to a high school dropout and be like, I'm back. I was like, the only way that I'm gonna keep her is to go get this GED and follow her.
That's right.
And so I'm telling you, you hang around the right people, they will give you dreams for yourself that you didn't even have for yourself. Yes. They will create expectations for you that you didn't expect. And then finally, what makes me different than everybody else is when you get the opportunity, from day one. You get hungry day one and you stay hungry. I'm thinking about people sitting in here right now, like, yo, for real, you got a car that you shouldn't have. Because the car now is a symbol. It's a symbol of success instead of just getting a whip that's gonna get you from A to B and you can save 500. Or it's like I said, people look at my crib like, yo, E, I can't believe you live there. But for me, Mars, what you said, I was always on that. If I live under my means, I'm gonna always have money. So the more money I make, the more money I'm gonna make because I ain't spending no more money. You feel what I'm saying? And so I don't have a TV. Like, bro, we got a 72-inch TV on the wall that my wife won. Bro, she went shopping and spent $100 at some little furniture store spot, and they called her like, yo, we got a TV for you. She thought it was playing. It's like, no, we got a TV for you. But I had that same plasma that was sweet when I first bought it 10 years ago on the wall. But it's to your point. It's like, I don't need to make more money. If I stop spending it, you know what I'm saying? If I stop, and I don't have to get a new car every year. I don't have to get a new, I don't have a watch. I don't have, no, the only thing I miss is like I did want to some gold teeth. Like that's one thing. I look back like, man, I wish I had a grill. You know what I'm saying? Deion Sanders is back in the day. Neon Deion would pull one in and out. I just want one with my kid's name in it, my girl name at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I didn't get that I want. But I remember my cousin saying to me about jewelry. He was just like, yo, jewelry, you can put it back and you can make money off of it. And I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm not really into that. You know, I got to clean it, keep up with it. But I'm just saying, to your point, I think they need to hear some of us are sabotaging ourselves because we're trying to keep up with the Joneses or we trying to have a certain image. And it's like, yo, you could get a Ford Fusion to do what you're doing. I'm saying because you parking it and you spending 8 to 10 hours at somebody's job. It ain't even like you driving that sucker around on a regular basis. So I think for a lot of us, if we would stop trying to keep up with the Joneses and we would build our self-esteem up, we could save money. And then from that, like you said, we could start, you know, coming. I'm just saying, because I hear people say all the time, I need to make millions. I'm like, yo, I'm going to be real with you. You don't need to make millions to live like a millionaire. Like I promise you, that life that you're talking about, you really don't need to ball out of control like that to have a life where you have your time.
From now on, if it's something personal, call it a goal. For real, let's get the terminology right. If you want a car, we're gonna name that's a goal. Don't put your car in the same category as Martin Luther King when he said, I have a dream. Don't put that in the same category. That's a different category. If you're trying to build your business portfolio, that's a goal. When you use the word dream, now you are changing other people's lives. When Dr. Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, he already had a PhD. When he said, I have a dream, he was already a minister at Ebenezer Baptist Church. When he said, I have a dream, he already had a car. When he said, I have a dream, he already had a wife. When he said, I have a dream, he already had children. When he said, I have a dream, he had already won the Nobel Prize. When he said, I have a dream, he had already met with the president. When he said, I have a dream, he was already one of the most influential people on the planet. When he said, I have a dream, he wasn't talking about himself. He was talking about you and I. And so I want you to redefine, when you say money, you say goal. Say, I have a goal. I have a target. When you say, I have a dream, that's beyond you.
When I was doing a PhD, and one of the professors, bless her heart, she didn't know no better. She probably grew up privileged or something, so she didn't know. So she read my paper and was like, I don't think you're going to be able to pass the dissertation. And I knew where she was coming from. Like, I wasn't like she no hater. But what she was doing was saying, as a critical thinker, based on where you are right now, she had a slight idea I was getting better every day. So you talking to me about who I am right now. We ain't even doing a dissertation yet. You're talking to me about something we're going to do a year and a half from now. You had a slight idea. I'm not going to be the same version. I will not be the same person in a year and a half that I am right now. Or I wouldn't be sitting in your class. No, I need you to hear what I'm saying. You are too old to be sitting in somebody's classroom trying to get a grade. We way past grades, y'all. That's like elementary school. You won't get a star or something. That's elementary school. You want somebody to take you out for ice cream because you did what you were supposed to do. It's a different level. Listen to me, when I went to college, I didn't go to college for nobody's degree. I realized that growing up in Detroit, Michigan, my mom worked for Ford. My father, who wasn't my biological father, worked for GM. I knew where I was called to be and what I was called to do. My parents could only take me so far. I went to the classroom to find the language that I needed to get to the next level. I wanted to hear what, you're not hearing what I'm telling you. I already knew I was going to be successful, but I didn't have some of the language. So I was going to class to look how they put sentences together. I was looking to find out when you put this word and this word, how you start. You're not hearing what I'm telling you. I wasn't going for nobody grades and still got good grades. But I wasn't going for grades. I was going for the code. What's the code? I need to know the code. What's the code? I know many of you saw this game. They were down by 20. They were down by 20. That's pretty much down by 20 in Golden State? No. Down by 20 away. So, boom. Multiple businesses, right? So, but before this happened, if anybody's been studying him closely, what happened before this game happened? 77 three-pointers in a row. This boy made 77 three-point shots in practice. They were down by 20 points. He came back and won the game, but you might have missed it. Take him to the slide, see. Do you see it? He's shooting a three-pointer with his eyes closed. They showed it on Sports Center. The boy's eyes is closed with the three. Boom. Muscle memory. His eyes is closed. What was he thinking about? He was thinking about in practice. 1, in practice. 2, 77. And he starts saying to himself, we down by 3 points. 3 times 7 is 21. Let me give him the business. 1, defense. 2, defense. Guys, don't worry about it. Just give me the rock. You sure? Remember what I did in practice? Seconds left. He not even at home. He away from home. He got his eyes closed. Boo. With one of the best defenders checking him. You've been lazy your whole life, and now somebody told you you can make 6 figures, and you go knock on the door 100 times, and your body say you a lie. You ain't never gave 100%. And in order to knock on the door 100 times, you're going to have to get 120. Get up out of here. You can't do this. And you're going to have to fight and fight and fight and fight. And most of you won't be successful, not because you can't do it, but you can't outlast your old you long enough to get to your new. Yep, I'm leaving. I'm going to say it again. You can't get past your old you to get to your new you. Every time you dedicate yourself, this is my year, I'm going to make it happen. You don't make it happen. This kid didn't take his team to the most wins this year because of what he does in the game. I'm accounting for you. 1 defense. Somebody tell me, I'm sorry, Davis. How tall is Davis? 6'10". 7'2" wingspan. He right there. I see somebody else look like a small forward. Got a small forward inside there, right there. I got another guy coming around right there. He got his eyes closed, and he shoots over. This is your year. This is your year. This is your year. This is your moment. You saw your boy E.T. do it. This is your year. This is your moment. If not you, who? If not now, when? This is you, baby. Ain't nobody stopping you but you. Can't nobody stop you but you. You not average. Stop acting like it. You not average. Why you being average? You not average. Why you being good when you not good? You great. You phenomenal. When you gonna step up to the plate? You gonna let a high school dropout, somebody that lived in abandoned buildings, somebody ate out of trash, outdo you? I couldn't hardly read when I got to college. You gonna let me outdo you? You greater than that. You want a break or you want breakthroughs? Come on, I'm gonna ask you again. You want a break? You crying about you want a break. Do you want a break or a breakthrough? Listen, I have lost more loved ones, more friends. I've gotten so many calls about people dying. Look, I've had so many setbacks I ain't never experienced. I had so many phone calls, so many disappointments. Like, listen to me very close. This has been a challenging year. And I'm like, God, how many more people? He said, son, you want a break or you want a breakthrough? I said, God, I can't take no more. God, it's just so much going on. God, can I take a break? He said, you want a break or you want a breakthrough? And I'm asking you, which one you want? Listen, in order to get a breakthrough, no break. You got to grind. You got to go through setbacks and disappointments. You got to go through it. So it's not going to be easy. But your boy E.T., I said, God, I'd rather take my breakthrough than to take a break. So I need you to get through. I need you to power through it. I need you to pray through it. I need you to encourage yourself through it. I need you to call your accountability partner. I need you to do whatever it takes. But you bet not quit on me. Because if you don't take a break, I promise you, your breakthrough is coming. So here's number 3, what pissed me off. Sometimes when I'm dealing with y'all, what pissed me off. Yep, I'm gonna tell the truth, right? So I get upset because y'all think everybody gotta like what you're doing and everybody gotta like you. Like, yo, for real, you gotta get to a point when you like, yo, this is what I wanna do and I'm gonna do it, but watch me. When you do that, you gotta be willing to pay the price. So I tell y'all all the time, I couldn't stand some of the stuff my parents wanted me to do. Guess what? I left at 16. What was the price I paid? I paid homeless. I paid eating out of trash cans. I paid living in abandoned buildings by myself. I paid being around my friends stinking. That's right, stinking. And guess what? My boys joked me. I was the laughing stock of the crew. But you know what? I paid the price.
Let's talk about what, again, average versus phenomenal. When people are met with opposition, what do you do? What do you do if you're average, and what do you do if you're phenomenal?
I think if you're average, you play into the situation. You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say it's perceived as negative. Like you go there, you go with, oh, he hating on me or she hating on me. I'll give you a prime example. When I was average, I saw my wife's treatment of my gift as opposition. Like, yo, she ain't supporting me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm out here speaking. You know what I'm saying? Like every time I speak, she critiquing me. She never said nothing positive about my presentation. Like every time I get off stage, if it's the best that I thought I ever did, she like, well, you should have done this. You shouldn't have said that. Like, come on, you know better than that. You didn't. And I'm just like, yo, what's up? Like, where's the support? That was average. Great was she going to work when I'm working on becoming a motivational speaker. She's going to work every day. So she's supporting you. You got health insurance because she has health insurance. She got a 401k. She's built up a bank account. She got a phenomenal credit score and got us a house with her credit score. You understand what I'm saying? But when I was average, it was like, you're not doing what I want you to do. But when I became great, I realized, yo, I already got 40 people that just said that was a phenomenal message. You don't get better by people telling you what you did right. You get better by watching the film. You get better by critiquing yourself. So here's a person who's brave enough to critique me because somebody else might have thought the same thing, but they weren't going to say nothing to me about it. You know what I'm saying? So just looking at the situation like, yo, don't look at it. Average people look at, what it is. They don't critical think. They don't analyze. They don't unpack. You know what I'm saying? Like they just see that's blue and not go deeper into, well, actually, that could be whatever it is, yellow and purple, whatever colors make blue. Like, this is what this really is. So for me, average, taking everything as it was, victim, phenomenal, victor, and seeing possibilities, seeing beyond, what's surface. That, to me, that's one of the characteristics that determine a person who's average versus somebody who's great. You got to be humble, and I think too many of us who've been blessed like we've been blessed, people watch us and don't see the humility. Like they would prefer to see, the confidence in us, the passion, and overlook like the humility. But when you're humble, that's how you see things that other people don't see. Like when you're humble, you see, you're out running water. You know what I'm saying? I've been to other countries where they don't have running water. You know, we all have a roof already. This is a different type of roof.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But you can look at this every day and see the water and just go like, yo, this is a gift. Because how many people have tried to do the exact same thing you tried to do in the exact same way you tried to do it, and it didn't end up like this.
Yeah.
So I wake up every day like, yo, E, you've been married you've been married almost 28 years. Like somebody took a chance on you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm being real. Like her mom was like, don't do it. Her father was like, don't do it. Like, what does he have? He doesn't have anything. That's a gift when somebody loves you, when you don't have absolutely anything. And then now it's a gift to be with somebody who's not with me because I'm E.T. the hip hop preacher, but really has been with me like in the good, the bad, the ugly. So I know this is my ride or die. So I think gifts are all around us, but some people aren't humble enough to say, yeah, I did work for this one. But this one, let's just be honest. I didn't work for this one. This was a gift from God. This was given to me. And I got to be humble and be grateful. It's all mental, and people don't get it. You know, everybody wants to say, okay, well, here go 10 steps to, okay, Lewis said do 8, E.T. said do 9. You know, this person says this to 12 steps, and everybody's trying to get the steps without the mentality. It's like, okay, maybe you don't need all 9, or maybe you don't need all 8. Maybe you need 4, maybe you need 12. I don't know. But I think sometimes they see what we do and say, if I can duplicate that, just like exactly how he's done in the book, exactly how, and it's like, yo, you have a story. You know, you have a unique experience. And so your 12 are shaped by not just your world, but how your world has shaped your thinking. And I think that's the part they're missing. It's like, guys, you know, if it was easy, everybody could do it. If it was a cookie cutter, everybody would just follow it to the T. But there's a mindset. And when I looked at Serena, you know, when I look at the Michael Jordans of the world, Tom Brady, you know, when you look at Michael Phelps, like it is a mentality. You know, on our new album, The Resolution, I talk about, I got that dog. And I'm not really referring to just this, you know, aggressiveness, but it is a mindset. I saw Belichick said something where, you know, they were like, how you feeling about the Super Bowl? He's like, I'm going to be honest with you. We're 5 weeks behind. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, everybody else is
next year.
For next year. Everybody else is practicing, training. They lost, you know, and so they're trying to get ready. They're lifting weights. They're reading books. They're, you know, everybody that lost is studying. He's like, yo, what type of mind says we're 5 weeks behind in terms of
the Super Bowl?
Right, the day after the Super Bowl. So, but again, it's a mentality. And I think a lot of people are missing that mentality. One thing that bothers me, like right now in life, you know, life would be so great for me, man. I promise you, if I could fix this one thing. But my biggest challenge is, he said, the fixed mindset, you know, the growth mindset, is that I gotta hang with people that don't have my mindset, man. It's just so, just so hard, man. You know, because, you know, people think you bougie. I'm not trying to be bougie, you know, but a lot of my people that I love, I isolate myself. I spend time, you know, away from a lot of people. And it's like, yo, I ain't mad at y'all, but I want to win 82 games, man. I want to win 82 games. I want to win every playoff game. I want to sweep every doggone team. I want to win the doggone championship. And you get with people who make it to the league, if they make it, and that's enough for them. And a lot of people, like, you know, I had a conversation with my boy, he called me the other day, and it just was so rough, you know, because it was like, yo, I ain't trying to lead none of y'all, but I ain't trying to die being with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I gotta make, what a lot of humans don't realize, I gotta make so many sacrifices to be with you. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like I'm trying to be better than you or I'm a bad dude. But like, let's just be real, Josh. We stand at the montage. You know what I'm saying? My girl was like, we spent a lot, I'm like, Didi, sit down. Like, she was like, it costs for 3 days or however long we staying at 10 grand. I'm like, no question. So it ain't like I got nothing against nobody, Josh, but when I travel, I don't want to be at the Holiday Inn Express.
No question.
I did that already, bruh. I paid my dues. I stayed in the Motel 6, bruh. I was in the La Quinta. When I first started speaking, I was with you. You feel me? I started when I was 19. Bruh, we was driving 10, 12 hours, 16 hours. I don't want to do that at 47. And the fact that you didn't grow or you want to stay where you are, I'm not mad at you. But I get angry with people because you trying to make me feel bad because I want to grow, bruh. Like, I wake up every day and I want to be better than what I was the day before. So if I go to a restaurant and I want eggs, bro. I went to a restaurant the other day. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but I was at one of them hotels. where they ain't on no, we don't serve eggs.
Yeah.
They not on that. They like, we here for you. That's the difference in the hotel.
Yeah.
Holiday Inn Express, they telling me we don't serve that. We only serve that from 6 to 11. The Montage, they like, you want scrambled eggs with cheese? Okay, how many eggs you want? Okay, what else do you eat? Well, I eat the soy. We got soy too. We got everything. And don't come downstairs. We'll bring it up. We'll bring it up.
Yep.
So I just want to say, you know, for real, man, that's the one thing in my life right now that if I had a magic wand, I would fix. I want to be with everybody.
Yeah.
But I can't be around average. And you can't be mad at me because I don't. It's like what Jamal saying, all right, want to get property. That's what he does. I don't want to be around people who don't want to take risks.
Yep. Yeah.
Not because I'm mad at you, but you bottling me up.
Yep. Yeah.
You making me not,
Right,
I want to
right.
fly. You know, I realize that, you know, it's okay to look out for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I put in a lot of work for the world. I blessed the world. You know what I'm saying? If I stop today, I probably bless the world more than the average human being is going to bless the world.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like the last, you know, however many years I got, like it's okay to go gorilla. Like it's okay to go beast mode.
Yep.
Come on to
Like
the
it's
dark
okay.
side, player.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, for real, I'm at a point where I feel like God will say to me today, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Like what I call you to do, you took it and you ran with it. But now I need you to look out for you. You know what I'm saying? In a way that nobody else is gonna look out for you because it's you. You know, and I think when you do what I do, you make the mistake when you're younger of thinking you pour into all these people, they're just gonna automatically turn around and pour into you.
Nope.
And it don't work like that. Not even in a bad way. But nobody even knows what you need, first and foremost. No other human even knows what you need. They're not in you to know what you need. You know, so there's just certain opportunities that I would be like, nope, I'm not gonna do that because this is gonna take me away from being a servant. And it's like, yo, you served enough. You know what I'm saying? And I look at my mentor, and that's the one thing that I'm hurt for. It's like, you know, he will pass and have put 70 years into blessing people. And I don't know if he ever got to do this. I don't know if he was ever able to rent something out for a month and come and enjoy the fruits of his labor. If I was the only person that he blessed, you know what I'm saying, he would have done a great work. And he never got to rest, you know, for years and enjoy the fruits of his labor. And I'm like, yo, I'm not going out like that. You know, because if not in a bad way, but so many people are in need. I never forget that. There was a scripture where they was telling Jesus, like, we need whatever, why you doing this and that? And why you ain't doing that? And he was like, the poor will always be among us. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm with the disciples right now. That's my focus. And I realize now the shift has to be from the masses, you know, to a select group. And my wife and my kids and my mom right now is a part of that, you know? So for me, like I always say, it ain't like, I don't care what the assessment say. I'm from Chicago and Detroit. It ain't like I don't got gorilla. Like you don't make it on the streets of Detroit being soft. You know what I'm saying? You're not homeless.
No, you're full silverback.
You're not homeless and living in abandoned buildings being soft. But I always felt like I had to look out for others first. And I put myself second. And I don't have no regrets, but I'm still young. And I still got a whole life. Like Serena said yesterday, I ain't about to retire no time soon. My career is just getting started. And just watching you, Josh, you know, and just the things you've exposed me to, it's like, these next 30, go get these championships. You know, go rack up the bank account. Go rack up the houses. Go rack up the trips. You know what I'm saying? But again, for those of you who are listening, who are your others focused, yo, put in your work. Like, you want to lay down at the end of the day because you are about others and you need to go to sleep knowing that you took care of it. But at some point, you got to put a stop to that because LeBron could have been in Cleveland for the rest of his life. He gave him a championship. He brought that city what he needed to do in his heart. He brought that city that championship. Now I feel good that LeBron is going out and LeBron's about to go to LA and do movies and put himself and his family in a position where it's legacy. Come on, I got a question for you. Are you ready to play at this level? Come on, we in Utah. Come on, baby. Park City. Do you see it? Show them some B-roll, y'all. Are you ready to play at this level? I never ask you, can you play at this level? I never ask you that. I know you can play at this level. I don't care what they told you. I don't care where you come from. I don't care what you've seen. Look, you don't have to do what your family did. You don't have to accept the life that was given to you. I just got a question for you. You ready to play at this level? You have what it takes to play at this level, but the question is, can you play at this level? Do you have a heart? Do you have a perseverance? Do you have a commitment? Do you have a consistency? And let me tell you something before I go. Every house you see out here, somebody living in it. And guess what? They human just like you. So before I get out of here, E.T. got a question for you. Are you ready to play? I'm sorry, I should have asked this first. Are you ready to play at this level? And if you're ready to play at this level, I'll see you on top. So do me a favor. Stop making excuses and make the rest of your life the best of your life. And something happens no matter who you are, if you're average or if you're good. When you get around greatness and you stay around greatness, you start listening to great podcasts and reading great books, and you start hanging around great people, and you start becoming a part of great masterminds. Guys, you just evolve. And I don't know what happened, but every year I went from a high school dropout and homeless to I started to becoming every single day more of who I am. And I can't believe it. My next goal is to win the Nobel Prize. Why? I had to come up with something. Listen to me, you have to be careful when you hang around average people. All they're going to do is tell you what they can't do, and that's okay that they can't do it, but that has absolutely nothing to do with us. We can go from being homeless and high school dropouts to having PhDs, writing books, and becoming the voice of a generation. We can do whatever we believe we can do, and we don't need anybody's permission to do it but ours. You got to be careful with like this motivation in the books you read. Yeah. Like you got to be careful that you're not doing it like for entertainment. You feel me? And I think a lot of you do it for entertainment. So it's like I'm watching Serena play. That's purely, other than the fact that I'm going to take some of the content and use it, to speak. That's purely entertainment. I'm just watching her do what she do. That's pure entertainment. And so for some of you, when you listen to motivation, you're not using it to fuel you. You feel me? Like you need to use it to fuel you. So let's just say you can do real estate and you're scared. Like you should be listening to specific stuff that's going to tell you, don't be afraid, take risk, let the rope go, let the net go. Like that's what you should be listening to, not just random stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like we put stuff out, but we're putting it out because that's what we do. We just put stuff out. But you got to get a catalog and say, all right, I'm fearful, or I don't got that dog. And if you're doing business, you got to have that dog. So you just got to listen to a whole bunch of stuff. I see people walk around with the T-shirts. You got to look yourself in the mirror. I got that dog. Like whatever it is you need. Then when you get books, I'm tired of people like, yo, it's like a keeping up with the Joneses now. Like, yo, what book you read? For what? Wait, it's like you telling me what book you read. For what? Like just so you can sound deep? You're not doing nothing with the information. You feel me? Like you just trying to be like in conversation, like drinking coffee and say, oh yeah, I read Grit. I read Grit. Grit was phenomenal. But you don't got no more grit. I'm just saying, you don't have no more grit than you started when you first read the book. So it's like, instead of reading the book and trying to be deep, like what is the book saying? Like, how do you acquire grit if you don't got none? Do me a favor. Stop reading to be deep. Right? Some of y'all watching Power. You don't got no more power after watching Power. Like you've been watching Power. I ain't watched one episode. Like that ain't necessarily my thing. But I'm saying if you gonna watch it, from what I'm hearing, it's some cats on there who straight up gangsters. So if you gonna watch it, be gangster. Like for real. Don't watch it and don't be gangster. If you gonna watch it and you gonna put that stuff in your spirit, if you gonna watch The Godfather, people, I watched The Godfather for what? What did you watch The Godfather for? What did you learn when you was watching it? You watched Scarface. What you learn? I learned some stuff from Scarface. Flat out, flat out. I learned some stuff, right? And my wife get on me all the time. You don't? I'm like, yo, I seen the movie. I grew up in the hood. Flat out. It's just some stuff that I'm conscious, I'm aware of. So ain't no dog gonna get knocked down on me and I ain't gonna get shot up. You understand what I'm telling you? Like I'm aware always of what's happening. You feel me? So don't be I watched Scarface. I went to the movie and saw it. I still remember the movie to this day. I still remember with the women thing, how the woman thing messed their whole little swag up. I remember New Jack City and stuff happened where the power wasn't equal, and that I watched the movie. So you watching it, but you ain't paying attention to it. And I'm paying attention, so stop watching that stuff. We go to school for all these years, and they never really show us the importance of dreaming, right? I look at school, and I'm like, yo, the way school is designed, is it's designing you to be prepared to work for somebody else. And I'm not even upset with that, but there's little of you that you get, right? Y'all got to work with me because this is deep, right? So I said to my son, son, I got to ask you a question, and I'm being serious. I said, do you believe you created yourself? He was like, what? I was like, do you believe you created yourself? He said, no. I said, do you believe there's a creator? He said, of course I do. I said, no, don't do that. Don't do the dad thing, because you know who I am, and you know, I'm about that life. Don't answer I'm asking you for real, for real. You don't owe me nothing. This is you. Do you believe that there's something out here that's bigger than you? He said, of course I do, Dad. I said, do you believe as a human being, not in a braggadocious way, but that you are the greatest level of all creation? And he's like, you mean over a deer? I was like, yeah, a deer. He mean you mean better than the eagle? I'm like, yeah, like an eagle. He was like, of course, because we can make decisions. We can do things. I said, okay. I just want to go back again. You don't believe you're a creator? He said, no, but you believe there's a higher power. He was like, yeah. And I said, okay. You believe as a human, you powerful. He was like, of course. I say, so as a human, do you believe you were just born to be in a relationship, have sex, and have money and buy stuff? He was like, no, I guess it's something bigger than that, Dad. It's I guess the other thing is a calling. I said, well, if you believe that, why have you never gone after your calling? Why you spend so much time worrying about a relationship? Why you spend so much time, son, worried about money and cars and stuff? If you really believe what you just told me, that as a human is something greater than that, then why aren't you on that? He was like, I don't know. I said, because here's the trick, son. If you get this and that, you still might not get you. I'm just being real with the Montage. I think it's a fabulous place. It's great. But I didn't walk in there it was really the mountains that made me go, whoa. It was really when I saw the birds flying that high, I was like, unbelievable. It wasn't really the room that I was like, this is the great. As a matter of fact, the guy was getting on my nerve. I guess when you pay money to go there, they got to try to do the whole personable thing. I'm like, bro, I'm on the call. Please, just give me the keys so I can go to my room. And if I have some problems when I get to my room, I will call you. So I'm having a conversation with my son, said, son, do me a huge favor. Don't go after low-hanging fruit. Here's the deal. If you get to the top of the tree, all the fruit from the bottom at the top is going to be there, son. So I don't need you focusing on cars and money and stuff. You're going to get that. I need you to focus on why you were born in the first place. Why are you here on earth for this particular time? What are you doing here? Anybody can buy a car, son. Animals get in relationships. Animals have sex and have kids. It's got to be deeper than that. If you're higher than humans, then while you're here on earth, you got to do more than what animals do. And so when they talked about dreams and legacy, I was like, yo, people don't get it. Write this down. Your DNA is in your dream. Your DNA is in your dream. So it was funny. I was walking with CJ Father the other day, and we were talking, and I promise y'all, every single time we talk, I don't care when it is, I don't care how long we talk, we always talk about the relationship he had with his father, and I know that the impact that it had on his kid. Listen to me, his DNA, his dream, his DNA is family. That's all he cared about is his son. When we go out, I never saw him dressed like a certain way. He's never hold on, E, I got to get the polo shirt. Every time I talk to him, it's the same thing. His DNA, his dream, his DNA, his kids has formed his life. It has formed who he is as a man. And most of y'all chasing stuff, you don't realize your dreams are so important because your DNA, who you are as a person, is wrapped up in your dreams. And what this world has done to you is take that from you, because they know if you know who you are and you get your dreams, you're probably not going to work for most of them. You're probably not going to do most of the dumb stuff you do. For real, if you knew your dreams and you followed your dreams and you followed your DNA, most of you probably would have never been on drugs. I've never met a person before who knew who they were and was on drugs. People say, E, why you still getting up so early in the morning? 3 o'clock. Because I was on the beach with my wife not too long ago. We was holding hands walking up the beach. And my wife said, I know it's hard for me to quit my job, but promise me I'll never have to go back to work again. Adrian, let me tell you something. Adrian, when she said that, I was like, yo, E, when you get home, you got to grind, bro. You might have to start getting up at 2:30. You might want to even go to sleep, bro. I'm just saying, I'm telling you, I never did this before. I started looking at my booking gigs. I realized, like, I say no to 750 to 1,000 gigs a month. I started doing my homework. Yo, I was just with this dude, got the top podcast in the world, and I started doing my homework. I paid a couple people to do some homework for me. I called my man. He's like, yo, E, you ain't operating off 10% of your. He was like, yo, E, for real, bro. I've been with the best. Don't nobody communicate. He like, yo, most dudes they can only talk to one group, E. He like, yo, it don't make a difference with age. It don't make a difference with ethnic background. He like, yo, E, you the greatest communicator on the earth right now. You only operating on about 10%. I was like, yo, it's time to go to work. I'm telling you, I've been thinking, I've been making calls. That's what I'm asking you to do. What fuels you? The reason why you so lazy is not because you don't have the ability. You so lazy because your dream's so small. Somebody asked me, like, yo, E, how do you stay fired up, bruh? You've been doing this since you was 19. It seemed like me and Dad, where Dad at? Me and Dad was talking. He was like, E, I listen to so many other motivational speakers, E, and it just seemed like you get better and better. And I said, I get better and better because the thing that pumped me up in the beginning is the thing I think about every day. I wake up every day like, yo, E, you got to take control, bruh. Because if you don't take control, we live in a society outside of your house. You live in a world full of sharks. This world is run primarily by sharks. And I promise you, if you don't become one, they will eat you alive. You got to be specific. You got to say, I'm going to make $325,482 a year. Just being real, that's what you got to say. Like, you got to say it. Like, you got to get a world the exact. You can't be like, I want to be rich. And the world like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what rich is. I don't know what that means. Are you hearing me?
This is what's so crazy. Like, even as I stand here, like, I can't believe I'm in Columbus, Ohio. Like, I can't believe I'm with Lewis Howes. Like, I can't believe I'm with the Sum of the Greatness. Like, guys, I was just homeless. Like, I was just literally sleeping in abandoned buildings. I was literally just thinking about committing suicide, right? And so what happened was, I was introduced, I was probably about 16, almost 17, and I was introduced to a pastor. A friend of mine took me to church with him, and it was the oddest thing. I went to church maybe about 3 or 4 times, and I didn't grow up in church, so I wasn't really there for like the religious aspect of it, but this was my best friend, and this is where he went regularly, right? And I loved it. It kind of reminds me of this summit. You know, it was a lot of positive people, right? First time in my life, being in an environment with just positivity, right? They would sing and the pastor would speak and we'd have a dinner after every church service. I think that's probably why I went, because it was like a meal, really. You know what I'm saying? When you're homeless and you're a high school dropout and you eat out of a trash can, like a hot meal is just unbelievable, right? That's why I'm a foodie to this day, right? And so, but I'll never forget, he would say to me, you know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks into going regularly, you know, he said to me, kid, what are you doing with your life? And I'm like, what does that mean exactly? He was like, well, what's your goals? What's your dreams? Like, I don't have any goals, any dreams. Like, my biological father wasn't in my life. My mom got pregnant with me at 17 years old. Like, I don't come from what we call like the Ola Mills experience. You know, I'm not like, you know, my great grandfather, a picture with my grandfather, and then my father and me. Like, I don't know what I want to do. And I remember maybe about the second month of coming to church, he would say to me, he'd say, you know what? You need to get your GED and you need to go to college. And I was like, what? Like, don't you know I'm living in abandoned buildings. Like, I'm working at McDonald's and I'm eating McDonald's. Like my mother is 17 when she had me. She didn't finish she barely finished high school. She didn't go to college. My grandma had 14 kids. None of them went to college. Like, we don't do college. You know, and it was just so weird. This is why you need to be in this type of environment, because this environment activates and give you permission to do. I'm sorry, I get excited because I'm not supposed to be on this stage. Listen to me, I was literally homeless. I was coming to church, not really taking showers. I wasn't brushing my teeth. And this guy looked at me and said, you need to get your GED. You need to leave Detroit. I'm going to send you to college because greatness is upon you.
Guys, that's why this environment is so important, because what he did was he allowed me to see who I was before I could really see who I was. And he saw, guys, we just buried him about 4 weeks ago. And he saw something in me. Like everybody in the world now says, like, yo, E.T., I watch your video and this happened and that happened. And E.T., you know, I get inspired. I was 16, 17 years old. I had never spoken a day in my life, and this guy saw it. Like, he saw something in me that I didn't see, and he gave me permission to be where other people said I couldn't be. He gave me permission to believe I was great. He gave me permission to think I could change the world. He gave me permission to start something that had never started in my family before. He gave me permission to say, I am. He gave me permission to say, I am brilliant. Yeah, I might be different, but I am brilliant. Yep, I might be loud, but I am special. He gave me permission. And so the first thing I want you to do today is I want you to keep saying to yourself, I am. And for those of you who hadn't quite started yet, I am. And for those of you who've gotten started, I am. Why? Because I can't believe that I started with a GED and that GED turned into a 4-year degree. Took me 12 years, guys. It took me 12 years, but Pastor would keep telling me, you are brilliant, you are special, Eric. Yes, you're different, and yes, you're not doing it the traditional route, but greatness is upon you. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. You got to keep going. And the 12 years to get the 4-year degree turned into a master's degree. And the master's degree turned into a PhD. Guys, I can't believe it. I went from being a high school dropout, from being homeless, living in abandoned buildings, to eating out of trash cans, to Dr. Eric Thomas, to writing 6 books. Guys, are you hearing what I'm saying? Today, stop playing small and start playing big, because I am. I need you to want it as bad as you want to breathe. Listen to me very closely. Listen to me. When I wrote my dreams and my goals down, look, when I wrote my dreams and my goals down, take a look at it, guys. When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, I'm telling y'all, the 4-year degree, the master's, the PhD, when I went after it, I'm showing y'all right where I graduated from. That's why I'm standing here, because I need y'all to see it. I need y'all to see where I walked across the stage. This is where I did it, y'all. I wanted it as bad as I wanted to breathe. I got up in the morning and I walked them down. Hear me before I get out of here. You ain't got to, you ain't got to have the best hand in life. I'm leaving you with this. You ain't got to have the best hand in life. You ain't got to start with the 2-parent background. You ain't got to start with wealth. You ain't got to start with your parents graduated. It's not the hand that you dealt. You got rich kids who own drugs. You got rich kids who committed suicide. You got rich kids who don't know their purpose in life. It's not the hand that you was dealt, baby. It's how you play your hand. It's your boy E.T. saying if it was easy to do, everybody would do it. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but you have what it takes if you listen it to make it happen. So do me a favor, get up. Get out. I want you to live the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life that was given to you. I'm a high school dropout because that's the life my daddy gave me. But I've been married almost 28 years and 2 kids by the same woman, which is not my experience. I got brothers and sisters. None of us had the same parents. Because I made up in my mind, that's the life y'all gave me. Yeah. I'm not taking that no more. I don't want to be on crack. I've never drank, I never smoked, and I'm not against it. I just didn't do it because my family was doing it, and they wasn't winning doing it. Uncle died of cirrhosis of the liver. I'm like, bro, I'm not going out like that. Uncle's in prison. I wasn't meant to be in prison. I got married at 19, y'all. I was meant to live with a woman. I'm just being real. I'm just being real, bro. I ain't mad at you, bro. I'm just being real. It's some dudes, they like, I'm hardcore. I'm not hard. I'm not hard, bro. I promise you, I'm not hard. I don't want to be with no dudes all day, every day. I'm going to need a break. I'm going to need a break from that. I'm just being real. I'm going to need a break from me and my man in the same bunk, and I ain't got no privacy. I'm going to need a break from that. I'm just being real. I'm going to need a break from prison food. I'm going to need my grandma cooking at some point. I'm just being real. Just be honest when you walk out of here. Some of you are not transitioning because you're okay with the life you have. And I'm telling you, when I walk out, I want to be an example of you can start from wherever and get to wherever you want to get to. That's what I'm asking you to do. What fuels you? The reason why you so lazy is not because you don't have the ability. You so lazy because your dream's so small.
For me, it's like when you get around people, when you spend enough time with people to see what people want, and then you give them what they need. To me, that's what it's all about, you know? So it's like, we got to get out of this. This is what I want to talk about, or this is what I want to say, or this is how I want to. It's like, no, my idols, Mother Teresa. Like, I used just to watch her movement, right? And she was the lowest of the pecking order when you talk about priest. She wasn't an archbishop. She wasn't a pope. She was a nun. But yet you know who she is. And I would watch her, and she would see, okay, here are the needs of the people. When I watched Martin Luther King, this dude could have easily been like a millionaire living in he moved with the people and said, hey, I'm going to give up my life and what I want to do to help. So for me, it's like, you can't affect a person if you don't know what they want. So you gotta spend enough time with people, just chilling with people, hanging out with people. That's why I was geeked. It's like, it's not a studio. I'm like, yo, we're at Ed's crib. It's gonna be phenomenal just because the ethos, like we're in your house. This is where you live. Like it's energy already in the space, you know, and spirits, you know, already in the place. So for me, it's like, you gotta get to know the people, spend time with the people. And then once you find out what they need, you like a cow, you chew it up, chew it up, chew it up, chew it up. You study it, and then when you get to them, you give them what they need. And of course they're gonna be excited. It's because what they need.
When you look at a lion in the Serengeti, when the lion wakes up and the gazelle wakes up, they both have to run. Like, just because you're a lion doesn't mean you get to chill out. The gazelle's not gonna come to you and let it eat you. You still gotta hunt. You still have to go get it. But the crazy part, when I did my homework, the gazelle is running for its life. The lion is running to hunt and to eat. So I realized there are a lot of people reading these books, listening to these different, you know, motivational speakers, but they don't understand that you got to go get it. So it's not enough to read it. It's not enough to understand it. It's not enough to get excited about it. Like literally, it has to transform you. And so I started realizing, like, yo, E, the problem is you have been working hard. You know, you've been getting it, E. You've been putting forth 100%, not even put 120%. But guys, what I realize is not just what you do, E, it's effort and technique. So if you're lifting weights, but you're lifting them wrong, I mean, you could go lifting weights every day. But if your technique is off, like you don't know how to do it, then I'm not gonna get the same results you get doing the same exact exercise. So I realized, E, you gotta switch the effort. Like you can't give 80 on Monday, 90 on Tuesday, 120 on Thursday. Like every day you wake up, you got to keep that same effort. So I would notice when I would go to like watch Alabama play against maybe like a Mississippi State, I would notice that Alabama came out on fire in all 4 quarters. These boys are going. But I would notice Mississippi would come out strong, but if they went down by 14, you saw the body language change. They came back after halftime strong, 4th quarter, fatigue kicked in. And I started realizing, Cole, yo, if I get 120, 1st quarter, 2nd quarter, 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, if my effort and my technique is both strong, nobody's gonna stop me. Why? Because the average person, Monday they come into work sluggish and they gotta drink their coffee, they gotta read their newspaper. I'm like, oh, I got you beat. You didn't get started until 9 o'clock. I'm coming in at 120 at 8. And by 9 o'clock, when you get going, it's gonna take you to noon to get to 100. Then you gotta take a break, come back for lunch. I'm not taking off at lunch. I'm not taking off at lunch. And then at 5 o'clock, you packing your bags at 4:30, getting ready to leave. I'm running not to the ribbon, I'm running through it. How many kids in this room, there's some stuff you did, come on, Kenny. How about what's the stuff you did when you was 18, 19 that you wouldn't have done if you wasn't trying to impress nobody, if you was just being you? I'm thinking like, how many mistakes have we made trying to be what they want us to be? What if we could just be who we were? Like, what would we be doing if we weren't worried about them? So I'm challenging you. When you walk out of this room, I'm challenging you to do you. I'm challenging you to do you. Let me tell y'all something. I'm #1 motivational speaker in the world. Let me tell y'all why. We started The Advantage 2005. We blew up. I'm still doing The Advantage every Monday, every Tuesday at Michigan State University.
People like, E, you blew up, you doing, listen to me, it's so bad, I'm telling the people that book my gigs, don't book no gigs on Monday. Try your hardest not to book no gigs on Monday. E, why? You got a chance to make thousands of dollars. Why would you do? Nope, I gotta stay close to the place that blew me up. I gotta stay, listen to me very closely. I'm just keeping it 100, y'all. As a company, we have blown up. There are people in our company, they used to do one thing, they're doing something totally different. I guarantee you I'm doing exactly what I was doing from day one. And the reason why some of you aren't successful is because the value you had that thing when you first started doing it, you don't have that same value no more. You don't treat that thing the way you used to treat that thing when you first got that thing. And so what God is saying is, I need you to change your perception, because once you change your perception, everything changes, son. Once you change your perception, the value changes. And once the value changes, the energy that you give it is totally different. So I always hear people again, they say, E, what's your why? People hear me say that. So I did the Kevin Durant boy, the video blew up. And so now, you know, people are asking everybody, what's your why? What's your why? Mm-hmm. But I think that's the starting point, Cole. I was watching ESPN 30 for 30, and the video that I did on Mike Tyson and Buster Douglas, 30 for 30, they really did that video. The video I did, they turned it into a documentary. Mm-hmm. And it is the story of Buster Douglas beating Mike Tyson. Nobody has ever beat him before. And when they asked the question, how, my mom died. And I told my mom I would beat Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. Again, the next fight, he lost to Evander Holyfield, and he never was a champion again. But that one day, he got knocked down, got back up. Why? Because of his mother. And I think, again, I want to show people, because the common theme is you do it for a house, you do it for a car, you do it for a watch, you do it for, and I want to show people that whether you know it or not, everybody doesn't have the same why. God told me to tell you to stop making plates for people who just trying to take it to go. Write that down. No, God told me to tell you, stop making food for folks that just wanted to go plate. He told me to tell you that. There's somebody in the room, your life is screwed up because you making food for people who just wanted to go plate. I'm talking about your life, you are a good person, you phenomenal, you got it going on, you making all these great meals, and it's a whole bunch of people coming to your house, and they got a to-go container, and they, listen to me very closely, my grandma taught me when I was young, my grandma had 14 kids who all had kids. And my grandma said, I will cut you. You can eat as much food as you want at the house. But if I swear if one of y'all little jokers take something out this house, you get in the business in front of your mama. In front of because I used to whip their butt, I'm whipping your butt too. With a switch. Don't take no food out of my house. You can eat as much as you want when you here, but do not pack a plate. And most of y'all running with people who, when you fix food, they come to your house and take it to go plate. They don't bring nothing. They not trying to help you. All they in your life to do is take. And you wondering why your life messed up, because you with takers. I'll never forget, I said, God, I want to be one of the best at what I do. I want to change lives. And I got a call from Les Brown. And I flew to go meet Les Brown. He said, E.T., you should be making at least $50,000 internationally and $100,000 internationally. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, kid, you good. So I went home. I was like, God, why ain't you making $50,000? He said, because we watching the World Series. Because you watching the NBA Finals. Because you watching football and you watching 3 games. You watching the 1 o'clock game, the 4:30 game, the 8 p.m. game, and then you watch ESPN to rewatch everything you watched. That's why you ain't successful. You watching LeBron make his dreams become a reality. You're watching the Black Mamba make his dreams become reality. If you put the same time LeBron put in, and I started studying, and I realized as an African-American male, I need to get a master's degree and a PhD in order to do what I'm doing. And guess what? I had to get up even though it was hard, and I had to take ownership of my life, take ownership of my time, take ownership of my day. Aggressive people finish first. It is what it is. Y'all from New York, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just for real. You come to New York, I promise you, if you don't want to get harassed, stay in the house. I'm talking about you in New York. It's 80 degrees. My man like sunglasses, bro. You need some sunglasses? I'm like, I'm good on sunglasses, bro. It started raining. He like, Papa, boom, you want an umbrella? I'm like, yeah, I need an umbrella.
You know what I'm saying? They don't be playing in New York. They got everything for everything. My man was like, I was listening to the podcast. I heard your girl got, I got the Jelenia on discount, bro. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, on discount? On discount, bro. Y'all are great. And it ain't like you like, I'm good on the sunglasses. No, bruh. Sunglasses, these sunglasses, I'm good on that. No, bruh. Sunglasses. I'm like, no, bruh, I'm good on the sunglasses. You sure, bruh? I'm like, I'm sure. Like, you just got aggressive? Like, you gonna make me buy the glasses? And so I had to realize I was delusional. I thought if you were a good person and you do right by people, that people will take your kindness and give you kindness back. But what I realized is sometimes in this world, the kinder you are, the more they try to play you like a fool. I was delusional. I'm nice to you, you nice to me. Don't always work like that. Sometimes it's nice to me and I take advantage of you. So some of y'all, you delusional. I just need you to do me a favor. When you are delusional, you can never get the outcomes you want because the premise in which you're operating from is a lie. So you got to work from truth. And some of us don't want to deal with truth because it's so difficult. E.T., you dropped out of school. E.T., you grew up in a certain community. In order for you to be able to do what you need to do like a Tony Robbins, there's some things that you don't have in your arsenal that if you can just admit you don't have it in your arsenal, then you can go get it. But until you admit that you don't have it, you'll never be able to do it. So I need you to do me a huge favor. I just need you to be real. And the reason why a lot of y'all don't want to be real, because some of you would rather be in a lie and at least have a lie than not have anything at all. You already know the reality about that relationship. You already know that job, your boss ain't about to cash you out. You're just scared to quit and start your own business because you don't know if you're going to do well or not. You know you shouldn't. Come on, be honest. You know you still shouldn't be at that job right now. Let me see your hand. Let's just be real. Let me see the hand. You know you shouldn't still. Raise it high. Don't play with me. Raise it high. You still shouldn't be at that job. But you're delusional that one day is going to be your day, that one day you're going to merge your job and your calling together. It's not going to happen. You're going to have to just leave. Anybody got any haters in the building? Let me see your hand real quick. Got any haters in the building? Let me just see your hand real quick. Good. Write some of them down, right? Just write a name or two down. I just said, get it out your system, right? Just get it out your system. Look, people will hate on you. It's okay. As a matter of fact, I told y'all this before. Like, do me a favor. Do not dismiss your haters. Because sometimes iron sharpens iron. Like sometimes you need a little pressure to get to that next level. So do me a favor, don't dismiss your haters. Some of the stuff they say is true. Like don't dismiss all of it. Some of the stuff your haters say is true. Now let me tell you something. Some of your haters are gonna give you a perspective that your mama not gonna give you because your mama, she gonna always tell you this. For real, most of y'all mamas, now some of us have different mamas, but most of our mamas are gonna tell us that, like my mom not gonna do that, but I'm saying most mamas, they just gonna, baby, you're right. They're not gonna really chastise you. So you need your haters because your haters are gonna point out stuff, right? So we're not gonna dismiss our haters altogether. We're gonna listen to them, we're gonna hear what they're saying, and we're gonna make sure that their perspective is wrong or right, and we take the stuff that we can take, the stuff that we can't use, don't worry about it. I got an older white male, he's probably in his 60s maybe, right? And my man says to me, like, I heard what you said, E.T., but how do you sustain it? I'm like, okay, say it. I'm like, all right, say it again, because I want to make sure I'm hearing what you're saying. He like, you talk about going 120. You talk about going hard. You talk about having what you want, being what you want, do what you want. Okay, I get it, but how do you sustain it? I'm thinking, is that a real question? I said, listen to me very closely. How did I start this whole presentation off? He said, write down the people's name that you love. I said, duh, if you waking up every day and thinking about your wife, duh, how do you not sustain it? If you wake up every day and you're looking at your son, how do you not sustain it? You think I'm gonna put my kid's life in the hand of some other man? You think that's my role as a father? You think my role is to allow my kids to come here and pay all this money to go to school and do everything they did, and now they gotta go beg somebody else for a job? That's not my role or responsibility. Sustain it? What do you mean? How do you not sustain it? I ask you, why are you not pumped up? Why you have days off? I'm asking you why you get 70%. You don't love nobody? Is there not somebody that you don't love more than yourself? Is there not somebody you waking up for? Is it not somebody you grinding for? Somebody told me that they get distracted easy. Let me tell you something. The reason why you getting distracted easy because you don't got 8 or 9 things you wake up to every single day and say, I gotta go get that. Many of you are getting distracted because you don't have something that's stronger than a distraction. You need something stronger than a distraction. You getting distracted with parties. You getting distracted with smoking. You getting distracted with drinking. You getting distracted with sleeping. You getting distracted with video games. Why? Because the video game is stronger than your goal. I tell my homies all the time, bro, if it ain't got nothing to do with y'all be playing, I'm like, if it ain't about the money, you just singing it. I'm for real. Don't be blowing me up. I went to Redbox about 2 months ago. Went to go get me a Redbox. I told C I was getting a Redbox, and he joked me. You still getting Redbox? I'm like, yeah, what's wrong with Redbox? He's like, Netflix. You ain't on Netflix? I'm like, nah, I want to watch TV. I said, I don't want to watch no movie on my little small computer. He's like, your little small computer, put it on the TV. I said, I can't put my stuff on no TV. I don't want nobody want no auxiliary cord all running through my crib like that. He's like, no, the smart TV. Bruh, I'm getting paid and I ain't got no smart TV. I need you to hear what I just said. I got bread, and I got the same TV I bought when I moved into the house. Why? Because I could put on, and that joker come on. Y'all laugh, and you're like, why would you do a TV like that? Because I remember back in the day when you used to get the hanger with the aluminum foil and drop that joker on, and it's cloudy, and you trying to do what you got to do. So what I got is way sweeter than that. We used to have to, this old school, you had to turn to get to station. Station 2. Then you do 7. Right? And that joint went off at night. Y'all TV don't even go off. Our TV like 11 o'clock. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light? Your TV go. I could just go and cash me out and get a brand new one. But the reason why I don't do it is because a healthy sense of scarcity is great. You get too much, you got too much, you get everything, you lose your bite. I can't afford to lose my bite because there's other dudes out here doing what I'm doing. And if they do it better than me, my kids ain't gonna have a lifestyle they have. My wife is retired at 45 because she got MS. She cannot go back to work. I cannot let you beat me, so I'm not gonna go buy 3-4 cars. Scarcity. You cannot have everything you see. It's not healthy. There's a part of lack that make you hungry. There's a part of eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that make you deeper than the dude that's eating 5-star meals. Man, let me tell you something, man. I promise you on everything I love. If I could do my life all over again, I promise you I would. I'm glad my daddy was in my life. I swear to you, I'm glad I lived in abandoned buildings. I swear to you, I'm glad I got my GED. I look at cats who way smarter than I am, and they ain't got no dog. They ain't got no bite. I'm looking at grown men who ain't where they want to be in life, in no part of their life, and they waking up at 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, what you smoking? I thought you was a Christian. You wasn't on no drugs. You on drugs. Are you invested in you? Do you care about you? So what you need to transition from with your entitled self, what you need to transition from is friends and fun. You need to stop having it. Until you get to where you want to be in life, you need to stop having all that fun. And you need to just start making up in your mind, just start saying you broke. Just start saying it, because you probably are, for real. Even if you got some money, you probably got your parents' stuff. It probably don't belong to you, which means you didn't earn it, is what I'm talking about. So if you have something that you did not earn, you have to stop telling yourself that you have something. Look, you gotta hear what I'm telling you. I'm trying to help you. I only take pictures of clothes that belong to me. I don't put my boy's shoes on and then take a pic in it like them mines. No, and what I'm trying to tell you is you are broke, but you don't realize you broke because you're living somebody else's life. And if you're living somebody else's life, what you should be able to do is say, I am grateful that this person is trying to set me up for greatness, but I won't fake it like it's my life. You can't dangle something in front of my face that's, I don't want that. And many of you are taking anything because you don't know what you want. And so if I can do one thing for you when you leave this room, I don't want nothing from you but for you to leave this room and know what you want. What do you want in your marriage? What do you want with your son and your daughter? What do you want in your health? What do you want financially? Like, how much money do you want to make a year? What do you want to drive? How do you want to live? Stop just waking up like an accident. What do you want? And then once you find out what you want, spend the rest of your natural life waking up and going after it. The reason why I speak with so much passion, E.T., why do you speak with so much authority? Because I'm talking about my life, not something that I read. I ate out of trash cans. I had no business eating out of trash cans. I lived in abandoned buildings. I had no business living in abandoned buildings. But E.T., your daddy wasn't in your life. Your mom was a teenage mother. You grew up, come on, look at your shirt. That's not an excuse. There is no excuse for not living up to your fullest potential. No excuse.
I just ran across a quote the other day that says, education is the great equalizer. And I was like, oh, so no matter where you are, if you feel like you started at the bottom, you know, if you feel like you started at the top, but you want to preserve the top, because just because you're at the top doesn't mean you're going to be at the top forever. Yeah. I mean, you look at great football players, you know, great football teams. I mean, you're not going to automatically win because of your name. You have to keep performing year after year. So if you're at the bottom and you're like, man, I'm at the bottom, Eric, and I want to live life like everybody else. I want to fly first class. Like, I want to see the world. You know, I don't want any limitations. Then reading is not okay. So I'm using the word reading, but what I'm saying is education, being enlightened, being informed. And I had to realize for myself, being a high school dropout, like, you can't use that excuse forever. Where I was born and where I was raised, you can't use that forever. And so to me, you liberate yourself. Malcolm, you talked about Malcolm. Malcolm liberated himself, and most people don't know, Malcolm was not born wearing glasses. Like, Malcolm had 20/20 vision, but it was in prison when Malcolm learned to take reading serious and he read with a dim light at night. That's how he eventually lost his sight. But he lost his sight, but he gained his vision. You know, he lost his sight, but he gained his vision at that point. So I would say to young people who are watching us that it's not optional. The more you read, the more liberated you are, and the more you are educated. To me, the more you can experience a life like the people that you're probably looking at and saying, I wish I could live like that person. What's your why? If I don't give y'all nothing else, you better start that. What's your why? You know why I do what I do, and I do it so passionately? Because my grandfather was a high school dropout. My father was a high school dropout. I was a high school dropout, and we about to break the cycle. I do what I do so my son won't have to go through what I went through. When I was at the football game, my old dude wasn't with me. I saw other kids with their father. I said, that'll never happen to me. I do what I do because my daughter says she's going to Harvard. It ain't even about y'all. I'm about to come in here and blaze y'all. Why? Because I'm trying to get you all the NFL. I ain't about to miss this opportunity. This is the first NFL team I've ever done in my life, and I'm about to lick it. I'm about to give everything I got, and I will know if I don't get another gig, it won't have anything to do with the fact that I didn't put everything on the field. What's your why? Why do you wake up in the morning? Why do you put on that jersey? Why do you go out and practice? Why? I have a ritual where even if you're my closest friend, I have boundaries. So just because it's my company, it doesn't mean I can take calls all day. Right. I have boundaries. So you can't call me at a certain time. Why? I'm working. So if I'm on the phone all day, and I'm saying this to entrepreneurs, because one of the gaps, and we'll talk about this later in the show, but you got to find the gaps. And one of the gaps with entrepreneurs is that they feel like because they own their day, they can spend it like they want to. You cannot spend it like you want to. So if you were working for IBM or you're working for Ford, whoever you're working for, you couldn't be on the phone all day at a major corporation talking on the phone. So why do you allow yourself to talk on the phone when it's your business? Matter of fact, it's yours. You should make sure there's no phone calls going on because it's your business. So one of my rituals is when I get started, there are no interruptions. Wow. When I get started, I don't care if it's my wife, my children, they know that from a certain time frame, I'm going all in, and I can't go all in answering the phone. I can't go all in watching TV. I can't go in with the distraction. And so some entrepreneurs are like, why am I not blowing up? Because you're not in abstraction. You don't have that moment of your day. I don't care if it's 2 hours, 4 hours, where you shut the entire world out. No Twitter, no Facebook, nothing. No Instagram, which we love the most. No Instagram. We love that Instagram. But just for 2 hours, I'm going in, and then once I come out, then we can do Instagram. And I'll be honest, your content probably would be stronger if you had that time of isolation, of solitude, where you give yourself a chance to think, you give yourself a chance to go in, and when you go in, you go 120%. I think what's so unique about, my presentation is that it comes from the heart. That I speak from the heart, and I'm not afraid to be transparent. I'm not afraid to talk about my failures. I'm not afraid to talk about my fears. I'm not afraid to open up my life and give my story to the world. This was probably about 6-7 years ago. I felt like a caged animal, y'all. I felt like a caged lion. Are you hearing me? Like I felt caged, y'all. I felt like the people that were over me, like they wouldn't let E.T. do his thing. For real, y'all see this right here? Like I didn't have this opportunity. Like I could see it, but I was caged. Like it was close, I could touch it, I could smell it, I could see it, but I couldn't get to it. And I asked myself, like, E.T., how long you gonna be a caged animal? Like for real, y'all gotta hear what I'm telling you. There are those of you who are caged and you got the key. And you got to make up in your mind that the people who are holding you down, you're not going to let them hold you down no more. Look, I'm not even on no victim stuff. I'm saying you got to get to a point where you like, yo, E, you a caged animal, what you going to do about it? And I said, I'm going to go to school for it. Yep, I'm going to get every single degree I can get. I'm going to use YouTube. I'm going to go on and do free TGIMs. Look, I'm going to go to schools for free. I'm going to do whatever I got to do to get out this cage. And look, y'all, ETA cage no more. Y'all see this? Hey, and this ain't something I'm doing every now and then. This is my life now. So if you're ready to stop being a caged lion, caged gorilla, caged wolf, whatever you see yourself as, if you're ready to stop being caged and you want to be free, listen to me. The person that's got you in bondage, they ain't gonna never give you the key. You gotta take it. Like if somebody gets you out, take it. Like I don't care how hard it is, how difficult. If you have somebody that's willing to rock with you, hold your hand in the process, encourage you, motivate you, inspire you, like stop saying, I'm not good enough. Stop saying, my family, we don't do this. Like stop with the excuses and take the opportunity that's given to you. Shoot the doggone shot. You wide open. Take the shot.
I need you to hear me very carefully. When he told me I would be great, I never shared this with any of my friends. But I would wake up in that abandoned building and I would pretend that I was gonna be great. As I walked up and down those lonely streets, I would pretend to myself that I was gonna be great. I need you to do me a favor. Before the actual dream becomes a reality, I need you to wake up every single day. I need you to eat the dream. I need you to sleep the dream. I need you to talk the dream. Because some days you're not gonna feel like getting up and the dream is gonna push you. Some days you're not gonna feel like keep going, but the dream is going to push you.
Anything in life that you don't currently have right now is because of who you are and how you think. Come on, right now, you saying, E.T., man, you talking to me, man. I'm going through some type of pain. I'm ready to quit and give up. Let me see your hand. I'm ready to quit and give up. Let me see your hand. Something in life I'm ready to quit on and give up on. Come on, raise your hand high. I'm ready to quit on it. I'm ready to give up on it. Come on, raise it up. All right, what I need you to do is I need you to find a reason to keep going. And if you can find a reason to keep going, I know you're strong enough to do it because you're human. And every human has what it takes to get past whatever they're going through if they decide to. Push through it. Push through it. Tragedy and trials come to everybody. Only the strong survive. I watched my wife when she got diagnosed. I watched my wife have terrible days, and she probably missed 2 days of work the whole time she had MS. I watched her go to work, and I'm like, boo, why in the world would you get up and go to work? You don't even need the money. Why would you do it? It's cold. It's 10 degrees in Michigan, and your MS flare up when it's cold. What are you doing? She said, I can't see my daughter. I can't have my daughter see me weak. Because my daughter gonna be married one day. And my daughter gonna face tragedy one day. And I have to show her how to do it. And so I get up and get dressed and I go to work every day so my baby girl can know how to get through trials. Because one day she ain't gonna be under our roof. And she gonna have to do it alone. And I don't wanna talk. I wanna model what it looks like. My daughter got on the prayer line. She was at prayer meeting the other day, told her testimony. She's like, yo, I ain't even feel like going to school. I ain't feel like walking a mile to go to class. And I thought about it. My mom got a chronic illness. And if my mom in her 40s can get up with a chronic illness and go to work, why surely I can get up at 18 years old and go to class. It worked. It worked. It worked. Listen to me very closely. Y'all running from obstacles when in fact it's the obstacle that's gonna take you to the next level. Like y'all running from pain, y'all running from challenges. You telling me how difficult your life is. Do you understand it is the difficulty that's gonna prepare you and take you to that next level? Why do you keep crying? Why me, God? Why did I get MS? Why did I get cancer? Why did my mama die? Why did I get fired? Do you understand? Listen. You got through that. You got put through that because what that does, that tension produces greatness. Stop running from it and run to it. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to hear me. The reason why you do what you do is more critical than what you do. And if why you do what you do is weak, I need you to go back and start all over again. Because if your reasoning is weak, you're not going to get it done. Why? Because life is going to beat you upside your head. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't care who you are and what profession you're in. Before you blow up, life will strip you to the core. But if you're weak, you will be broke. And I'm not here because I'm the best. I'm here because they tried to break me and they couldn't. Many of you have a very small opportunity and you're not taking advantage of that opportunity because you're not thinking about the next opportunity. You're looking at this as small. No, this is the gateway. Like, this is the first one, right? So you got to ask yourself this question. Like, how do you keep that fire? You know how you keep it? You keep putting different opportunities in front of you. You keep setting different opportunities. Anybody know who this is? Yeah, you should. He in the Big Ten. He gave us the business. You should know who he is. Yogi Ferrell. Didn't get drafted. Didn't get drafted to the NBA. Didn't get drafted, but something happened the other day. The Dallas Mavericks needed a player. They gave my man a 10-day contract. How much did he make? They gave my man $100,000. How much did LeBron make it? Millions. They gave my man, look, for 10 days, we just want you to play for us. Somebody got hurt. We are going to bring you in for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? You got 10 days, ride the bench, do your thing, but you only got 10 days. Don't get your hopes up. My man been coming in. I'm talking about trick. Boom. Not only three-pointers, like daggers. 2 seconds. Boom, the 10-day contract, then turn to this boy about to get a contract. What are you doing with your opportunity? We all get one. We all get the 10-day contract. But the question is, will that 10-day contract turn into a year contract? Will it turn into a 2-year contract? You think Yogi Ferrell's the only one that's got the opportunity to come from the developmental league and play? Nope. You think other people are doing what he's doing? Nope. Why? Because they weren't prepared for it. What are you doing in the dark when nobody's watching? What are you doing in the dark? 10-day contract. But he didn't come in and say, I only got 10 days. That's what some of y'all on. Oh, since I only got 10 days, I might as well only give 10 days worth of effort. I might as well only give 10 days worth of energy. Yogi Ferrell was like, I'm about to act like this might be my last shot. I'm about to act like I'm starting. I'm about to act like LeBron. I'm about to act like Kyrie. I'm about to act like Steph Curry. When you put me in the game, I'm telling you, I'm about to murder him. And at the 10 game, he's been murdering them. He's been on ESPN almost every game. All they talk about, Yogi Ferrell. I'm talking about NBA TV, ESPN 1, ESPN 2, like Spanish ESPN. So y'all gotta understand something. What was Yogi doing before? What was Yogi doing before he got that opportunity, y'all? He was preparing for it. You don't get in the game and score like he's scoring. So he said, so what? I didn't make the league. So what? They can't stop me from practicing. They can't stop me from getting up in the morning and running drills. So the problem with most of you is you have an opportunity. You wrote it down. You wrote it down right here. Opportunity. They gave me an opportunity. They gave me a shot. Somebody gave me a GED. I turned that GED into a 4-year degree. Somebody gave me a 4-year degree. I turned it into a master's degree. Somebody gave me a master's degree. I turned it into a PhD. You got the opportunity. What you doing with it? Opportunity is coming. Will you be ready when it comes? This is what I need you to do for me. I need you to take complete ownership. Oh, millennials, y'all kill me with the blame game. What move are you going to make today to get out your circumstances? What time are you going to get up? What job are you going to do? Who are you going to hang out with? Millennials, all you got to do is say, you know what? I'm taking ownership. I don't care if my mom a good mom or a bad mom. If my dad a good dad or a bad dad. I don't care if I go to the best school or the worst school. I don't care if we rich or we poor. I am about to take ownership of my life. From this point forward is your life. And you can do, my friend, with. If you want to get paid, you never say no. You never say it can't get done. Don't you ever say out your mouth it can't get done. Even if you feel in your heart it can't get done, you don't say it out loud. You let the broke folks say that. You let the folks they firing first say that. You always say it can get done. Even if you don't think it can get done, just say it and try to make up something. I'm being real. I'm being real. I don't deal with people who say, or they get paid real low in my company. They like maintenance when you say, I don't know how, or I don't think it can be done. I'm like, okay, cool. You won't be like at the end of the year when bonuses getting passed out, you won't be getting no bonus. Yeah, I might be one of the top speakers in the world, but when you look at the other guys and you look at me, you see it's something different. You see the hat, you see the shoes. And so what I've been able to do is take the stuff from Zig Ziglar, take the stuff from Tony Robbins, take this stuff from Les Brown when I was younger and listen, Nightingale. Like I'm listening to the same people, Napoleon Hill. I'm listening to who everybody else is listening to, but I'm not just listening and going, do exactly what they say. I'm saying, you got to customize it. You got to make it work for you. You got to make it fit in your language. You got to make it fit
for your audience. You got to make it fit for you. There are those of you who have dreams and goals, and you're not getting it. You cannot do it alone. Are you hearing me? And I feel you. I feel you. Like, you feel like if you do it by yourself, for real, like, you don't have to deal with people. You don't have to go through some of the stressors of dealing with people. Like, I just want to be by myself. I want to do it by myself. And look, I'm not mad at you, but I'm telling you, there's a level that you can get to alone. And then there's a level you can get to. Are you hearing me? There's a level you can get to when it's two or more. Look, it was the three of us initially. Carl, myself, CJ. We called ourselves the three-headed monster. The head, right? The hands, right? Come on. And the mouth. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? And so listen to me. Y'all got to hear what I'm telling you. Y'all got to hear what I'm telling you. Watch this. The power of two. So the Belgian horse. Come on, come on, come on, kid. Make sure you show an image of him. I need him to see how strong that horse is. I need him to see the power. This horse has the ability, this is just a general horse. We ain't talking about the more powerful one. 7,000 pounds. Are you hearing me? 7,000 pounds it could pull on its own. Unbelievable. But watch this. It's going to blow your mind. But when you put two of them together, two of them together, they can actually pull, it's just like general, they can pull 15,000 pounds. Did you hear what I just said? Alone, they can do 7. Right? Together, 15, not 14. But watch this. Mind blowing. Watch this. But if you train them together, this is what my boy Justin taught me. My boy Justin is a mental skills coach, right? Here's what he taught me. He said, when you put two of them together and train them together from the beginning, Carl, this is going to blow your mind. They can pull 25,000 pounds. Woo! Come on, alone, 7. Both of them together, 15. But if you train them together, I'm trying to tell y'all, you're trying to do it alone. And nothing great has ever been done alone. And so I know you feel more comfortable being by yourself. I know it's easier to be by yourself. Look, I know you like being by yourself. But I'm telling you, some of them goals you got, baby, come on. Some of them ideas you have, some of the stuff you want to accomplish is 25,000 pounds. And on your best day, you can't do that by yourself. So it's your boy E.T. saying, listen to me. Come on. 2, the power of 2. I know there's a power in 1, but the power of 2 is great. You will not outwork me. It's not about being the best motivational speaker in the world. It's about being the most consistent motivational speaker in the world. And so when you watch me, even if you don't like me and you're into motivation, you gotta fool with me. Why? Because I'm on everything. E.T., was that you on the Dix commercial? Yep, it was.
How do you do this day after day? Dedicating your life to the search for a few more feet.
E.T., you doing stuff with the Olympics? Absolutely. E.T., was that you on it? Yep, that was me. E.T., did you do that? Yep, you saw me. Was you doing something for Cleveland on the jumper script? Yep, that was me. You will not outwork me. High school dropout. Yes, your vocabulary count is deeper than mine. Yeah, absolutely. Yep, you look better than me. Suit, asymmetric look. Yep, you got me beat all day. You got me. Grew up on the other side of town, 2 parents, great network. I'm not gonna lie, you way sweeter than I am. You got all the stuff, you got it all. But you will not outwork me because your height has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your face has nothing to do with my work ethic. Your 2-parent background has nothing to do with my work ethic. You will not outwork me. On your jet, you will not outwork me. In your Bentley, you will not outwork me. And there are those of you in this room, the reason why this stuff ain't happening for you, because you're getting outworked. Come on, call the best motivational speakers in the world. Give us 7 days. Let us go all over the world and speak. Come on. And while you in the green room putting on your makeup, you will not outwork me. I'm being real. You will not outwork me. While you doing photo shoots, you won't outwork it. Y'all being outworked in your marriage. You're being outworked in your job. You're being outworked with your kids. Your kids in a gang. Why? Because somebody loving on them more than you loving on them. They in a gang because you ain't hardly at home. You being outworked. You got somebody else in the hood who got more. They got your kid ear more than you got them. And you like, I just can't believe this society today. It's not the society, you got outworked. Some dude up the block is spending more time with your son than you are. Some guy on the block is telling your daughter how cute she is and you not. Because you grinding, you working. But you thought when I told you 120, I just meant at work. I mean everywhere. You will not outwork me. You might make money, but your marriage might not be. I'm going to get you on all fronts. triple-double. With every milestone, while you might be excited about the milestone, there's a part of the milestone that you don't want to face. Are you hearing me? And listen to me. I knocked out the coursework, boom, got it done. In order. E.T., why did it take you 2 years, E.T., after you finished your coursework? Why did it take you 2 years to get started with the dissertation? I'm going to be 100 with you. Look, knocked all the coursework out. But when I finally got to the dissertation, I had to get to that demon. I had to deal with it. I had to face it. Face what? We're not talking about elementary school, middle school, high school. I've had a professor or two tell me in college that you will never get your dissertation, that while your writing has improved, but in terms of your analysis, like, you are not critical enough to do a dissertation. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? We're talking about, look, math, I love math coming up. Why? It is what it is. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Like, it is what it is, right? It's not subjective. Writing is subjective. I've had teachers to look at my work and strip it into parts. The fear of what? The fear of rejection. Right? My teachers were so subjective. I put my whole heart into it. I put everything I could put. And they tell me, edit it again. Revision after revision. Edit after edit. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I had to deal with the fact that writing has never really been my strong suit. And even though I've worked hard and I put in hours and hours, in the back of my mind, I could hear the teacher say, E.T., you don't have what it takes to get a dissertation. I'm a grown man dealing with that fear. I'm a grown man of dealing with the rejection of getting all that red on my paper, of having to do it over and over and over and over. And come on, somebody feels me. You feel like you'll do 120%. You'll give everything you have and it still won't be enough. I feel you. I was there. A part of the milestone is, what if I give everything and it ain't enough? What if I put my whole heart, my whole mind, my whole soul into it, E.T., and it's not enough? What if I do it and I fail? And so I feel you. So you just like, you're not going to do it at all because you'd rather not do it and find out the truth. And I'm telling you, you got to do me a favor. You got to face your fear, and you got to do it anyway. Your boy E.T. had to face his fear. That's right. Yep, I know. You see E.T. beast mode, and you're right. I am beast mode, but it don't mean beast mode without fear. It don't mean beast mode without a little anxiety. It don't mean beast mode and I'm just 120% sure. No, I have to live by faith too, and I made up in my mind, E.T., you got to go after it, E. Look, I finished my coursework. It took me 2 years. Why? Because it took me 2 years to get over the fear. It took me 2 years to get over the anxiety. It took me 2 years to finally say, Goliath, here I come. Goliath, you might be taller than me. You might be bigger than me. You might be stronger than me, but I'm coming. And I'd rather die trying. I'd rather die going after this dissertation. I'd rather give everything I got. I'd rather give a year. I'd rather put in work and fail to not try at all. Where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so if you're focusing on the negative, guess what's going to happen? Your energy is going to go to the negative, and everything is going to be negative because that's where your focus is. That's where your energy is flowing. Listen to me. If you think about that thing, you concentrate on winning. You concentrate on dominating. Listen to me. Whatever you focus on, where your focus goes, your energy flows. And so we going to think about what we're thinking about. You hear me? We're going to think about what we're thinking about. And when we think about those things which are pure, listen to me, come on. That stuff that's true, right? Are you hearing? Whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things of a good report. Are you hearing me? Meditate on this stuff. Focus on this stuff. It don't mean negative things won't happen, but we're not focusing on it. Are you hearing me? It don't mean that negative things won't transpire, that as you go through the day, something bad won't happen. But we're not going to meditate on it. We're going to focus on what's positive. We're going to focus on what's good, right? And when we focus on that, that's where our energy is going to go. And what's going to happen is the outcomes are going to reflect our thinking.
Worked on my gift. I realized that all of us are born with a gift, but you got to hone it. You know, it's just not, you're not going to become great. And we talk about the school of greatness, you know, we talk about, you know, greatness is upon you. And I realized that my gift wasn't going to create itself. My gift wasn't going to nurture itself. My gift wasn't going to perfect itself. That was something I had to do. And so, man, before you know it, we did a video that went viral. I think it's got over 50 million hits now. and we turn our passion into profit.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
We want people to make guarantees to us, but we're not willing to make guarantees to ourselves. No, for real, I'm gonna say it again. Like somebody gave you a guarantee, $30, 30-day guarantee. In 30 days, if you don't make what they told you was gonna make, in 30 days you got an attitude, you want your money back. But you've never demanded your money back from yourself. You've never looked at yourself in the mirror and said, you let you down. Until you get to that point, you let you down. You're not brave enough. You want to put it on somebody else. The reason why I'm not successful is because of my boss. Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and said, I'm not getting up on time. I'm not going to work on time. I'm not putting in 120% when I'm at work. I let me down. And when you get to the point where you can say you let you down, I don't care. Listen to me, no disrespect. I don't care about Glenn. That's not why I do what I do. And I love Glenn. I don't come here and do what I do so Glenn can affirm me, so he can give me a pat on my back. I care more about me than I care about what Glenn thinks about me. I have standards. I have values. I don't care how much you pay me. If I speak at an elementary school for $300, I chose to do that for $300. If I chose to speak at a prison for free, I chose to do that. And I will not go in there giving those prisoners less than what somebody pays me $100,000. Why? Because I value myself enough to give 120% or don't do it. And that's the problem with some of you. You always want to blame other people. You want to hold other people to the fire, but you're not holding yourself to the fire. You just said you're giving 50%. You owe you an explanation. You owe you an explanation. You need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why are you only giving 50%? What's wrong with you? You need to put yourself on punishment. You need to tell you no more TV, no more snacks, no more desserts, no, we working out now. No more alcohol, not right now. No, I can't handle it right now. You need to tell you that you owe you something. Stop going back to, you keep going to the mall with the receipt. This is what y'all said it was. Glenn, you didn't do what you said you was gonna do. Well, you didn't do what you were supposed to do, so how am I gonna do what I'm supposed to do for you? When you walk out of this room, you owe yourself. I didn't get here making excuses. So what, my father wasn't in my life? The truth of the matter is, he ain't never come into my life. So what, I'm gonna wait for the rest of my life for my man to come? He ain't coming. I live in America. I'm an African-American male. They don't treat us the same. It's something called racism. I ain't gonna cry about it. It's probably gonna be racism to the day I die, but I'm not gonna cry about it. I'm still gonna be a millionaire. I'm still gonna be one of the top motivational speakers in the world. No, I didn't grow up on that side of the town. No, my mama don't have no network. No, I don't know a whole lot of people. No, I'm not at a country club. No, I don't play golf, and I don't plan on playing no time soon. But I'm still gonna be successful. I'm still gonna get to where they are. Why? Because I owe it to myself. And can't nobody stop me but me. And you need to get rid of them excuses, and you need to stop pointing fingers at people. And you need to start pointing fingers at yourself.
I think what people get confused is, they're grinding with a goal. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals, but you should be grinding for grinding's sake. You should grind because that's what you do. You're passionate about what you do. And so you're waking up every day with this concept of, I have 24 hours and they're mine. This 24 hours belongs to me.
Right.
And whatever I do in this 24 hours will determine where I'll be tomorrow and the next day. And I think that's what people need to focus on. Like, get off of this. I want to make 6 figures. I want to drive this car. I want to live in this house. I think what people should be focusing on is, I have 24 hours. Like Oprah only has 24.
Yeah.
Bill Gates only has 24. Like Warren Buffett only has 24 hours. And in that 24-hour period, I can either break my life or make my life. And I think, and I'm not saying you shouldn't have goals. I just think that goals for people is too high on the priority list. And I think what should be on the priority list is going to bed so you can wake up the next day and you can grind it out. And I'm just a dude that believes you reap what you sow. So if you're grinding on Monday, grinding on Tuesday, grinding on Wednesday, if you're grinding 6, 7 days a week for a span of 5 or 6 years, something's got to come out of that.
Sure.
But if you're only grinding, on Monday you fired up, Wednesday you back to sleeping in, Thursday you got the funk of the world is on. Like I've heard people say,
hump day.
Hump day. What is every day is hump day? Like Wednesday is hump day? Like Monday hump day, Tuesday is hump day. Like every day is hump day. And I think if we would spend more time on what's my goal, and meaning what do I need to accomplish in this day to live this lifestyle, and you go after it, then I think more people will be successful.
Practice, practice, practice. Reps, reps, reps. I can't wait till the big gigs to speak. I got to get my reps in. I don't care how good you are. I don't care how bad you are. You got to get those reps in. So make sure you do this. Listen to me. And I told you, how many times a day do I want you doing this? 3 times a day. Morning, noon, night. Come on, this ain't rocket science. I want you to do it when? Morning, noon, night. Good. One was not a lot of us. I need to hear you. Morning, noon, night. 90 straight days, right? So y'all know we went from the backyard. We did this here, right? We did high schools, right? For real, just keep practicing. It ain't rocket science. You keep doing it 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You start all over, you go to another level. 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. You like, why am I not going to that? Because you're not doing 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Like you might not even make it, like you might not even, whatever you said you was going to do, it might not even last 30 days. You might do 10 and quit. What's your win it all? Do you even know? Like, do you know what your win it all is for this year? Like, do you know if this year ended, like what you go, whoa, if that happened? Like, do you know? Or you just waking up playing craps with your life and you just hope it roll on what you wanted to roll on? You playing the lottery with your life? You just hoping you put the numbers in and they come out right? Or are you 30, 60, 90? 30, 60, 90, morning, noon, night. Make the adjustments, whatever you're doing that's not good, quit. You're getting like a D, a C, okay, you got 71%, you're doing something wrong. Look, if you got an 80%, you're doing something what? If you got an 89%, you're doing something what? Oh, you might be sweet, an 89 might be sweet, but we got 11% for growth. That's 11% growth right there. It's not until you get 100% that you need to stop. Right? So 30, 60, 90. Say it with me. 30, 60, 90. Come on. 30, 60, 90. And then we do what? We start all over again. By that time, it's a habit. If you really want to be dominant in your field, 30, 60, 90, start all over again. 30, 60, 90, start all over again. Morning, noon, night. All right, guys, I've been watching the Olympics. Yep, I've been watching the Olympics, right? And my favorite part, track and field. Nope, I'm not talking about Usain Bolt. Nope, we ain't on that. Nope, I'm talking about the false starts. Yep, I love it. Yep, you say, E.T., the false starts. Yep, because I'm tired of people asking me, E, why you so passionate? Yep, I'm tired of people saying, E.T., why you so loud? E.T., why you aggressive? Why? Because the real world, the real world is like track and field. And I don't know if you've been watching or if you paid attention, but you get one false start. Yep, that's it, guys. You get one false start. That's it. Like, you don't get a second chance. And what I love about these Olympics, we're going to show it to you. What I love about these Olympics is one false start, you out. That's right. You've been working for 4 straight years. You out. Absolutely. You don't get a second shot. And like all that stuff you missed, you made some serious sacrifices. Like you got up early in the morning. Like, you hear what I'm saying? Like you didn't go out with your homies, right? Look, there were some things that you had to give up. For 4 straight years, you've been getting up in the morning. 4 straight years, you've been grinding. 4 straight years, you've been eating different. 4 straight years, you've been in the weight room. 4 straight years, you've been going in. And you ruined it all. You ruined it all with a false start. And you can't say, well, I didn't mean to do this and I didn't mean to do that and I made a mistake. There are no mistakes. And that's why I get so passionate. Because in the real world, you don't get 5, 6, 7 chances. And some of you are going through life. You're wondering why you're not successful. You're wondering why you average. You're wondering why you can't live the way you deserve to live. You're wondering why you in lack. You're wondering why you keep coming up short. You think because you say you're sorry. You keep saying, I didn't mean it. You keep saying, my heart's in the right place. Look, in the real world, it's like track and field. They don't care. You get one false start, boom, and you out. So your boy E.T. is passionate. Why? When I tell you that you got to make sacrifices and you got to get up at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock and you got to grind, E.T., why you telling me that? Why? Because people don't need help sleeping in. People don't need help gaining weight. People don't need help overindulging, making excuses. People don't need help hitting the snooze button. People need help making sacrifices. So it's your boy E.T. telling you, look, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I didn't make up the rules.
I'm not saying you don't need a third or fourth chance. I didn't make up the rules, but what I'm telling you is life is like track and field in Rio. You don't always get another one. You don't always get a second one. You don't always get a third one. You don't always get a fourth one. Yup, it's tough. It's hard. Listen to me. If it was easy to stay focused on that starting line, everybody would do it. If it was easy to jump off with a great start, everybody would do it. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to sacrifice. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy to grind. I'm not telling you it's going to be easy, but I can tell you this. It will be worth the sacrifice if you can grind your way through it. So like Usain Bolt, no excuses, just adjustments. Execute, my friend, execute. Let me just explain something to y'all. I got to keep it 100. CJ, 12 years younger than me. I was out of high school before this boy was even really born. Are you hearing what I'm saying? My man, 12 years younger than me. 12 years. And he picked up that phone and he had one of them heart to heart. Do you have anybody in your inner circle that's willing to be real with you? That's willing to keep it 100? That don't care nothing about your feelings, but they care about your goals and your dreams? CJ hit me up. I had called my man, left a message like, C, they killing me. They want to know when the mixtape coming out. When is the next mixtape coming out? C said, E.T., let me tell you something. Shut it down. I said, what? He said, shut it down. Tell them ain't no mixtape coming. Stop doing TGI. Shut it down. That's why you got the reruns for so long. He said, shut it down, E. Shut it down. I'm tired. He said, I'm going to keep it 100. I'm tired, E. The last 2 mixtapes, you was talking about how you going to get your PhD. Between me and you, imano, man to man, we will not come out with another mixtape where you talking about what you going to do. Shut it all down, E. Do you understand that the future of this company is on you finishing this PhD? Shut the gigs down. Shut it down. And I'm telling y'all, one of the ways your boy got the milestone done, I had to shut it down. I shut down the phone calls flat out. From a certain time, don't call my house. If you love me, text me. If you love me and there ain't no emergency, don't call me. I had to shut it down. Shut the TV down. Listen to me. Put the controllers down. Shut down going out bowling on the weekend, going to the club. Look, shut it down. Shut down your favorite team. Stop watching your favorite football or basketball or soccer, whatever it is. Shut it down. And I'm telling you, you ain't got to shut it down for the rest of your life, but you got to shut it down long enough so you can get your Super Bowl done. Yep. So you can get your NBA Finals done. Yep. So you can get your World Series done. Yep. Are you hearing me? So you can get your national title done. Are you hearing me? So you can get your book done. So you can get your CD finished. So you can get your degree. So you can take your marriage to the next level. Shut it down. I had to shut the noise down. I had to shut it down. And when I shut it down, when I shut certain things down in my life, boom. There are those of you who don't understand the power of your why. And what I need you to do for me is that when you make your moves on a daily basis, I don't need you to make them with you on your brain. Because if you're thinking about you, you might quit. Or if you're thinking about you, you might give me 80%, right? If you're thinking about you, like for real, you selfish. Like for real, some of y'all, you go to work and you like, I don't feel like going to work. And the reason why you don't feel like going to work is you on you. So you cannot want to go to work. And then when you go, you like for real, this is what people don't realize. We didn't blow up because of what we do. We blow up because of the passion in which we do what we do. You understand? Like all we do is free videos on YouTube. That's it. But the passion in which we do free, you're not going to get people to do it the way we do it that's getting paid. We're not getting paid no money, but we bringing it. Look, 8 years we've been bringing it. You got Secret to Success video, the Guru went viral. You got What's Your Why that went viral. You got the St. Louis boy that went viral. Are you hearing me? Greatness is upon you that went, come on. It's for free. but we do it with passion. So you going to work with an attitude and you don't get it. You so selfish that you can go with an attitude because you're not thinking about the people behind you. The reason why you saying no to stuff, the reason why you pushing the snooze button, the reason why you still going to work tripping, the reason why you ain't blow up is because you still on 70%. You still on 60%. You want to know why the world's passing you up? Because whatever you do for a living, you barely doing it. You coming and you don't want to be there. You're not bringing the fire. You're not bringing the passion. You're not bringing the heat. And the reason why you're not bringing it because you're thinking about you. You have not blown up because you're so self-centered. It's always about you. You're so conceited. You're so arrogant. Your whole life is about you. And that's why you haven't gone nowhere. But when you learn to think about somebody else, how what you do affects, how your sleeping in the bed affects somebody else's life. How you hitting the snooze button is affecting somebody else's life. How you being lazy. She got to walk past you to go to work. You still on that? Your mama got to get up and go to work to provide for you. My mama worked for me. I created a job so when my mom finished working, when she retired from where she didn't want to be, she can now do what she liked to do and get paid for it. Come on, come on, come on. I need you to finish this year up strong so I can get the real you in 2017. We tired of this 60% you. We tired of this crying you, this complaining you. We tired of this version. Greatness is in you. You are here. You have been blessed by the Creator to be on the earth. You here. Leave your doggone mark. You here. He blessed you to be here. Do something. So whatever you got to do, you do it. But I'm not about to compromise because you're inflicting pain. And there are those of you, you were this close, but you compromised. You let your feelings get the best of you. You compromised. You compromised. You let your anger make you say something that you didn't really want to say. You let the fact that you was lonely. You got lonely and you did stuff that you know you probably wouldn't do. Some of you have sold your greatness and your destiny for a couple dollars. And what I'm doing now, I was doing 20 years ago, and I have not bent. I didn't break. So what? You don't understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. So what? You don't see my greatness. So what? You don't understand how I do what I do. This is what I've been called to. And you let a little pain stop you from your dream. Girl, you was there. You was running your business. You were there. Then your mama didn't like the fact that you was doing it. Your mama didn't understand. And you let your mama in your ear. Like it was your mama's dream. You let your daddy talk you out of it. That was yours. That was something the Creator gave to you. That belonged to you. My mother never understood, but she working for me now. I didn't quit because people didn't understand. I worked harder when people didn't support me. We never stopped. I wake up every single day and I will prove to the world that I was here. I made my mark. I was here. And you can't take that away from me. I told you if I die today, you cannot take away the fact that Eric Thomas was here. You don't even know what to do if you don't know who you are. And so I want to tell you, if nobody's told you, perhaps your mom didn't tell you today. Perhaps your dad didn't tell you today. I don't know, maybe your teacher had an attitude and she didn't say it before you left school, but you are amazing. Yep, I said it. Bring it in. I said it. You are amazing. That's right. I'm going to say it again. You are amazing. And you need to understand something. I do not get paid to do this. I've been doing this for 8 years. I have no sponsors. I don't think somebody sent me like $5 to do this. So E.T., why would you keep doing it year after year, month after month, week after week? Why? Because I know something about you that you may not know about yourself. You are amazing. And it's time for you to act like you're amazing. It's time for you to do the amazing, right? It's time for you to know you are amazing. So listen to me. I'm going to give you an assignment. But before we go there, I got to let you know I'm telling you the truth. Now, when I was a high school dropout, when I was homeless, right? When I was getting kicked out of school, I'm just going to keep it 100. I did not know I was amazing. I told you before, no disrespect, but my biological father wasn't in my life. So I didn't have him to tell me when I got up every day, E.T., you are amazing. Like me and my mom had some challenges. So my mom wasn't necessarily telling me, You are amazing, right? And so I was eating out of trash cans, right? Listen to me. I was getting kicked out of school. Like I was in the mall, stealing from the mall, getting in trouble, getting arrested. Listen, and some pastor brought me to church, right? And I'm telling you, my man would tell me on a weekly basis, you are amazing. And it's time for you to act amazing and do the amazing. So I want to just say this to you real quick. You are not your test score. Are you hearing me? Look at E.T. I've never done well on a standardized test. You are not your grades. You are amazing. You're not what happened to you, where you were born, what circumstance you come from. You are amazing. You hear me? You are amazing. And the day you recognize you're amazing, the day you understand how amazing you are, everything changed. Look, my standardized test, they didn't change. My test scores didn't change. My grades didn't necessarily change like that. It's when I became aware of the fact that I'm gifted, that I'm special. And I need you to understand something. When you recognize who you are, when you realize how amazing you are, there's certain things you're not gonna do no more. When you recognize how amazing you are, there's certain people you're not gonna hang around no more. When you realize how amazing you are, there's just certain things you're not gonna do no more. Because eagles and pigeons don't run together. And when you realize, sweetheart, that you're an eagle, my brother, when you realize you're a king, my sister, when you realize you're a queen, things are gonna change. Why? Because queens don't do what everybody else do. Kings don't do what everybody else do. And so I'm telling you, you are amazing. Now draw me a line. And I want you to do me a favor. That's right, I said it. Draw a line, and I just want you to put one thing on there. Matter of fact, two things. Put amazing and put super duper amazing. And I just want you to write down all the things that make you amazing. Like for real, just sit down. For real, I don't care about your teacher. We ain't talking about your grades right now. We're not talking about what you did in school, what you didn't do in school. We're not talking about where you were born, where you come from. We're not talking about that. Look, all that aside, I just want you to write down, I'm amazing. Why? I'm a people person. I'm amazing. I'm intelligent in my own right. I'm amazing. I'm an artist. I'm amazing. I do music. I'm amazing. I love people. Like whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm amazing, E.T. Everything that makes you special. Everything that makes you you. And then I want you to get up. Listen to me. I love you guys. That's why I do what I do. Now it's time for you to recognize how amazing you are. Right? So just do that for me. Just write down how amazing you are. And I just want you to look at it in the morning, look at it at night, look at it in the evening. And I'm not telling you something I read in a book or something somebody told me. I'm telling you I went from being who I was to who I am now. And guess what? My biological father never came back in my life. Like, I'm being 100. Like, nothing changed. But I woke up one day and realized, yo, E, so what your father wasn't in your life? You still amazing. So what you got kicked out of Detroit Public School? You still amazing. So what you ate out of trash cans? You still amazing. And there's nothing your circumstances could do about it. And so the difference between the old E.T. and the new E.T. is that I know by the grace of God, I'm amazing. And you're amazing too. So I need you to do me a favor. I need you to start acting like it. It's your boy E.T. saying, I love you. I believe in you. A lot of young people talk about the black mamba. The black mamba, let me tell you something. When you talk about the black mamba, you talk about practice, it's a must-have. I watched this dude lose a game. I don't even know if it was the playoffs. I think it was like a regular game against the Miami Heat in Miami, South Beach, Florida. I don't know if you've ever been there before, but you want to go. It's a nice place to just hang out. Especially if you're on the road playing ball. It's a nice place after the game to go get dinner, sit on the beach. It's a nice, and I'm sure if you NBA, they probably got a VIP section for them on the beach. And unfortunately, the Lakers lost to the Miami Heat because Black Mamba missed a wide open shot in the corner, set shot, he missed it. And what he did for the next 3-4 hours while everybody else was getting dressed and going on the beach, he sat there for hours shooting the exact same shot over and over and over and over, like he had never won a championship. I'm like, now hold up, where everybody else at on the Lakers? They need to be out there as a squad. Like, but the Black Mamba's out there doing his thing like, I'm not on them, I messed up, I gotta practice. And this is not a coach practice, this is not the organization didn't call this one. This was just flat out, the Black Mamba was saying, this is a must have. And where most of you go wrong, you're not even 4.0 and you're not studying. Like, you're not even a 4.0 student. Like, you got a 2.0, a 2.5, a 3 something, and you still not really studying like that because for you it's like, it's not a must have. It blows my mind. I work with professional athletes I work with D1 athletes all over the world. And when I look at Twitter and Instagram, it blows my mind how dudes on Instagram, I'm like, bruh, you have not won a championship. Like, that's what you come here for, to win a championship. And so if you don't win a championship, I don't even know why it's people broke. I don't even know how you had enough time to do a 30-second video. You broke. How did you have time to do a video? How did you have time, like, to do a dance routine when you should be practicing? You should be lifting weights. You should be looking at film. You said, not me, that you want to win the tourney, that you want to win it all. You want to go to the Final Four. How do you want to go to the Final Four, but your schedule don't look like the Final Four? What are you tweeting about when you broke? Don't be average. Average people make a certain amount of money. Average people live a certain type of lifestyle. And I'm not disrespecting average people. I'm just saying, if you have a choice, don't be average, because in life, when you roll the dice, worst case scenario, you're gonna land on average. So don't be average, because if you don't try, you will get to average, right? So let's not shoot for average, because average is gonna be there. So I need you to be what? What's the P word? I need you to be what? Come on, I need you to be what? I don't need you to be nothing else. When you do your job, you do it in a way where that you cannot get fired. Talking to my wife today, she's like, I want you to clean up. I'm like, we about to get into it. She's like, I want you to clean up. I'm like, how? Because I know you want it a different way than how I do it. I clean average. I'm just being real. I clean average. So when you say clean, you have to break that down, because I know with my clean and your clean, it's two different cleans. No, I'm trying to help you. It's two different cleans. My wife said you don't clean, you shift. So you take stuff from one area and you put in another area. That area clean, but then the other area, when I clean, you don't see nothing, everything's gone. Some of you, when you get a job, you shift, you don't clean. So I need you to find out what productive is when you get to that internship, you get that job, you get in that relationship with that female, that male, whatever you do, I need you to find out what productive, not what you think productive is, find out what's really productive. And you do that, and you ain't going, they can't get rid of you. Listen to me, you can't make a difference until you make a decision. You better hear what I'm telling you, man. I'm talking about the secret to success. I'm always telling you how I went from one spot to the next spot. And that was it right there. Listen to me. Catch the first principle. You got to hear it. You can't make a difference until you make a decision. So, for real, some of you, man, you keep crying. You complaining about your job. You complaining about where you are financially. You complaining about your relationships. You complaining about your opportunities. You complaining. Listen to me. You murmuring and complaining. You complaining and complaining. Shut up. Stop complaining and do me a favor. If you want to make a difference, all you got to do is one thing. This is how you get started. You want something different? Listen to me. All you got to do is make a decision. That's it. And for those of you who've been making the wrong decision, all you got to do is make the right decision. But if you want to make a difference, make a decision. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? What I'm trying to do for you to take you to that next level is I'm trying to give you control of your life back. Some of you ain't got control. You talking about your job. You got control. Listen to me. Some of you talk about your economics like you ain't got no control. You got a control. I want you to know that your life right now is a sum total of your decisions. Not your mama decisions, not your daddy. Listen to me. Even if you made their decisions, you decided to make their decisions. So I need you to do me a favor. I need you from this day forward for the rest of your life, make a decision. And I ain't talking about, again, something that I read. I'm telling you what I experienced. I remember being upset. Okay, the word is pissed off. Forgive me. When the boss gonna tell me I can't go see my daughter get her award. You heard me say it before. It burned. It burns. You can't go see my daughter's getting an academic award, 7, 8 years old. Ain't nothing like having your daddy in the building. And my boss tell me I can't go. So guess what? I let it burn. And then one day I made a decision. And I made a decision to walk away. And let me tell you something. I walked away, and 2 weeks later, the video went viral. When you want to succeed, as bad as you want to breathe, went viral. But it didn't go viral until I made a decision. The video never went viral when I was complaining. It never went viral when I was murmuring. It never went viral when I was talking just to be talking. But when I made a decision to walk away, when I made a decision to follow my destiny, I felt it calling me. My destiny was calling me. And when I decided to stop letting it call me, but I chased after her, we went viral. Make a decision. Now, you give 70% effort, the optimal that can come out of giving 70% energy is what? 70% outcome. That's it. So y'all gotta do me a favor, for real. I'm not playing. Like, the energy y'all give off sucks. Like, it ain't no other way for me to say it. It sucks. And I don't care about the energy you giving me right now. But if you're taking this energy you giving me into the real world, you're gonna be average. So when you get out of here, I'm talking about I need energy. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world, because sometimes when you're smart, people still don't notice you. People always notice what? Always. If you're not careful, you'll get electrocuted. You have to pay attention to energy and things that energize. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm saying most of you are not successful, not because you have reached your highest level of success. You are not successful because you stopped focusing on it. You quit focusing on it. You got a job and then you just stop. All right, y'all gotta do me a huge favor. All right, look, I know the power of one. Trust me. Look, don't get too analytical on me. I know the power of one, but I'm telling you, sometimes to make a milestone become a reality, you got to get it done by two. One of the greatest basketball players that ever played the game. Yep, Michael Jordan.
Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan.
Yep, Michael Jordan didn't do it alone. Come on, come on, come on. You got, when you say Mike, you got to say Scottie Pippen. Are you hearing me? LA, baby, when you say Kobe Bryant, like for real, you can't go without saying, when you talk about that era, you can't go without saying Shaquille O'Neal. Are you hearing me? Sometimes, yup, the power of one is great. MJ was doing his thing on the solo, yup. Kobe was doing his thing on the solo, but you got to keep it 100. When Jordan had Scottie, magical, magic happened. Oh, when Shaq was with Kobe, magic happened. And what I'm telling you is, as long as I was doing it by myself, as long as I was doing it by myself, I could never get that dissertation done. The power of two. No man, and I mean it, no man is an island. And let me tell you what changed the game. What changed the game is when I met with Dr. June. What changed the game is when I sat down with Dr. June and I had some accountability. Can I say it? Accountability partner. Your problem is you're doing it by yourself. Your problem is you don't want nobody to know that you got. I know you're afraid for them to see your weaknesses. I know you're afraid to be vulnerable. Yep, you're afraid to tell them your dream. Look, you got to tell somebody. Somebody got to hold you accountable. I'm not telling you to tell the world, but one other person needs to know. And one other person needs to hold you accountable. And my life changed. My milestone became a reality. Listen to me, I'm giving you the secret to success. The day I told Dr. June I want to get it done. And Dr. June looked me in my face and said, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Are you ready? Look, not only do I have a PhD, not only have I sat on many committees, listen to me very closely, I can and will help you to get through this, but don't play with me. You got to be serious. And Doc said, all I need you to do, you tell me when you want this PhD. You tell me when you want to be finished with this dissertation. You tell me when. You tell me, and I'll tell you I'll tell you what you have to do every single day. How many pages you have to write. How much research you have to do. How much time you have to spend on it. Listen to me. It did not become a reality. It didn't become real until I sat down with Dr. June and we made a commitment. Are you hearing me? Before it was just an idea. Before it was just a thought. Before it was just something I said. But when I sat down, Imano, man to man, Imano, man to man, when I sat down and I made that commitment and I shook his hand, when I looked him in his eyes and said, I'm ready to get it done. All we did was meet every Monday. Are you hearing me? I know this sounds too simple. I know it sounds too good to be true. All we did was sit down on Mondays at 9 o'clock. And every single week he said, this is what you need to get done. If you are a man and you do what you say you're going to do and you make no excuses and you don't let nothing get in your way, I guarantee you in a year's time, if that's how long you want this process to take, I guarantee you we can get it done. But what I can't do is I can't do it for you. But I can show you what it takes to make. And there was a part of me that I never really wanted to link up with nobody else because I really didn't want to fully expose myself. He said to me, kid, you've never written a dissertation before. How would you know how to do it? That's what I'm here for. And when you get that life coach, that's the problem with some of you. You can't get to that next level because you're trying to do it on your own. You're trying to do it in your own strength. And I'm not saying there's no power in one. Mike was murdering the game, putting up 60-something against Boston. Mike was dunk contest. Mike was doing it. But Mike never reached those milestones by himself. He had to bring somebody else into his sphere of influence. I am
Come on, I am.
I am.
Come on, I am an entrepreneur.
I am an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you can clap if you want to. I am.
I am.
Come on, I am.
I am.
Come on, I will never search for wealth. I will procure it. For I am an entrepreneur.
I am an entrepreneur.
Listen to me, listen to me. Don't say that, don't say that, don't say that. I am wealth. Therefore, I will not search for what I already am. I will not search for what's already inside of me. I am success. I can. I will. I must break all barriers on my way, on my journey to wealth and success. I must break all barriers. Not most, all barriers. Everything that's before my mama, my daddy, all barriers, my past. I am the greatest that has ever done this. Not because I'm comparing myself to them, but ain't nobody like me. I am. And your problem is you hadn't got to the I am yet. You hadn't even bought into it. And what I want to do before you leave is buy into it 120%. That's why you follow me. That's why you watch me. Because when I get up and talk, it's 120%. When I talk, you don't feel like he might not believe what he's saying. You don't listen to me in the morning when you on that treadmill because you think I know what I'm talking about. You are 100% clear, like, yo, E got some confidence, like, E walking with another spirit, like, E on something different. What is he on? I woke up one day when America said I can't wear a hat and shoes, and I just had to say, I am. You trying to get information first. You reading books. You hadn't convinced you that you should be doing this. You haven't convinced you that you need to put the money in so you can get where you're trying to get to. You don't believe that you are. And the very first thing the creator said was, tell him I am. I gotta take y'all back. Somebody show them real quick, lion and gazelle, rah, right? Y'all know I'm on that lion and gazelle, boy. The lion is the king of the jungle. But I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta tell you the truth, right? In actuality, the tiger should be. Yep, the tiger should be the king of the jungle, y'all. And I'm just gonna break down how I got to where I am and how I'm about to get to where I wanna go. So the tiger, E.T., what do you mean by that? Well, do your homework. In terms of pound for pound, imano, the tiger is ferocious. The tiger can take out the lion. Now go back and look at the tiger. I'm talking about structurally massive. When you look at a tiger, you don't see nothing but, I'm talking about muscle. That's all you see. I'm talking about muscle. But guess what? Even though a tiger probably could beat a lion one-on-one, imano, you know what the problem is? The reason why the lion is the king of the jungle is not because he's stronger, but he's the king of the jungle because some call it pride. Watch this. Tigers run alone. And even though they're ferocious, they don't run in a pride. They're by themselves, right? And that's some of you right now. You sweet. I'm not going to lie. You sweet. But you will be your same sweet for the rest of your life because you're by yourself. You are alone. You're not with a pride. And that's the problem with some of you. You're a tiger. You're a tiger all day. We not debating how sweet you are. We're not debating how skilled you are. We're not debating you the one. But the problem is you run alone, right? You do everything by yourself. You do everything alone. And you're only as strong as you can be by yourself. Look, I'm on that Voltron boy. I'm on that Voltron boy that when we come together, we can do more together than I can do alone. Ah, it's your boy E.T. Come on, Sam. It ain't going to be easy to do what I'm telling you to do, but you have what it takes to surround yourself with other greats, to get in a community where you're not the best of the best, but to get in a community where other people can stretch you, save you, and support you, right? And lift you up. So I was like, yo, E, you got to discipline yourself. I started looking at Mother Teresa, Gandhi, and I was like, yo, bro, Gandhi would go fast from sex, and he was married. He would fast from talking. You know, I just started watching these great people and was like, yo, these people fast, and not about fasting, like that's not the piece, but they were very disciplined people. And they would not allow their exterior world to dominate or destroy their internal world. I just like, yo, I want to get to a place where I can control me. My family members have grown. I lost an uncle who cirrhosis of the liver, brilliant man, but just drinking. And I was like, yo, I do not want to. My father was a substance abuser for years. I was like, yo, I don't want a life where something else is controlling me. You know, like for real, when I left home and said, I don't want to be controlled no more, like I meant that. Like I don't want nothing to control me but me. And so I got to put myself under extreme discipline to make sure I'm free. So when people see me, you get up at 3, you don't drink, you don't smoke. I'm not doing that because I think I'm better than nobody else or I think you're going to go to hell because you had a drink. I want to control, I want freedom. And for me, disciplining myself means more freedom. And the less you discipline yourself, people who, I told my son the other day, I was like, yo, son, I don't not want you to have fun. I just seen a history of people who just have fun. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, New Year. Yeah. They're the people who
Thursday night, Friday night.
Oh, man, every night. Yeah. They're the people who end up in their 20s having a great deal of fun, but in their 40s and 50s, they working for somebody, and I'm not saying nothing wrong with cleaning toilets, but they doing something they don't want to do for the rest of their life, and they can't retire because they played so much. You know, so for me, I just look at Venus and Serena, Michael Jackson, when he used to like 5 and 6 just dancing all night. I just think the more a man disciplines himself, the greater, it don't mean it's going to happen, but the greater the probability that he has this sense of freedom.
Because what makes Brady want to win a 5th? What makes Jordan...
At 39.
At 39. What makes Jordan say, okay, I got 4? Like, it's not even a new season. He said, we got to get the 5th one. What makes Serena get 23 and still going? Like, what makes Venus, who was sick and should have been gone, and now she's 36 years old, what makes her fight to get to the Australian Open? And I'm telling you, it's not the money, the network. It's not, you know, the vision board. It's, I believe, for those of us who are where we are, it's something within. You know, and you can't go buy that. You know, I can't give it to you. Lewis can't. Like, you've got to go within and find that and pull that stuff out. Be true to yourself. You know, especially being in LA. You know, it's so superficial. You know, some people can be so superficial. You know, there's no depth. You know, it's so dense. You know, and so I would say, you know, to your own self, be true. Find out who you are, what your gift is, what you love. Like, eat what you like to eat. Go where you like to go. Like, be you. And you'll find out that when you're you, you will attract you. You know, you will attract all the happiness, the wealth that you can by being you. But if you're fake, you know, you can't do it.
I got a message from a kid today. I want you to read it. Hey, E.T., this is what he texted me. How have you balanced school and stayed with a routine? You came to my school, I re-listened to your speech, but I'm struggling in school and working at the same time. I have to stay working to pay bills. I go to tutoring, I hold a lot of scholarships that I have to maintain. Therefore, it usually means meetings and extracurricular stuff. I'm struggling, man. So he asked me, E.T., what should I do? I said, what year are you? He said, I'm a junior, I got a year and a half to go. I said, keep struggling. What you want me to tell you? What you want me to tell you? Stop, quit, give up? Okay, on the next one he said, E, I had a meltdown in class. My teacher pulled me to the side. I said, you might have a couple more before success. It's a part of the game. You can't be successful without some meltdowns. Struggle for another year and a half and be free for the rest of your life. Or you can say, I'm tired of struggling and stop struggling and struggle for the next 20, 30 years. Press past it. Come on, press past. Stop whining and crying and give it up. Press past it. It's going to hurt. Yes. Ask any mother that's had a child. It probably feel like they gonna die. But guess what? They get through it. And on the other side, when that child comes out, they forget all about the pain. Your dream counting on you. Push. Ain't nobody about to give you no cookies and ice cream. Push. It's alive. It's inside. How do you know you feel it? You dream about it. You eat and sleep it every day. When people talk to you, tell them, this is what I'm going to do. So push. Just push past the pain. Push. Don't quit. Don't push. And you push your way to success. You push yourself to that 4.0. You push yourself to that scholarship. You push yourself to the next level. The transition's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Go from being on the block, going to be a high school dropout, to getting a GED, the transition is not easy. In order for you to go from one level to the next level, in order for any woman to transition, for any man to transition, the thing that they want must be greater than the thing they currently have. You only go to another level when you're on this level and you eating out of trash cans and you say, enough is enough. When you're living in abandoned buildings in the winter and you say enough, you only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on. You keep telling me this happened in your life and that's happened in your life and it's happening to everybody. You let your pain punk you. You let your pain make you quit. You think you special? You think you the only one? We all go through it. I'm just gonna get something out of mine. So you're gonna have to go through it just like everybody else. you're going to have to pay the fare. Sweat, blood, tears. Work on your focus. Work on your focus. Perspective is everything. And let me tell you something. The problem with most of you is that you see difficult as something negative. For real, for real. I want you to see difficult differently. Are you hearing me? I need you to see difficult differently. Now that weightlifter, when my man looking at those weights, when he got that iron is heavy, but he's not looking at that iron like, look how heavy the iron is. And he knows what it's going to do. It's going to tear his muscles to pieces. He gets it. But what he understands is that if he tears them down, they're going to rebuild themselves. And when they rebuild themselves, they're that much stronger. Listen to me. The more you go through, the more difficult it is, the more challenging it is. Listen to me, the harder it is. Are you hearing me? The more challenging it is, all you're doing, baby, is building muscle. You're building muscle. So don't quit. Don't give up. Don't stare at them. Listen to me. You don't get buff by staring at weights. You don't get buff you don't get healthier by staring at it. You get healthier by running up to it and grabbing it and pushing it. Look, push through that stuff. Push through it. You can get through it. He said he won't put on you more than you can bear. You can get through it. You want to get your credit up in whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? I think, Sean, if you and I both sat here and talked about health, you'd blow me out the water. You know what I'm saying? And not just the information, but you've been doing it in terms of the physical, working out for years. You also had an ailment that you studied and was like, I got to get through this. You actually helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people do it. So there's a credibility that you have because you've become one with what you're doing. Where somebody who read a book and then say it, it's like, that's good information, but some kind of way it's not coming across the right way. So I think the first thing you need to do is like literally live what you're talking about. And I think a lot of people, like I hear people shine, how to make $1 million. I'm like, bro, you in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean how to make $1 million? Like, what does that mean? Like, you're making that up. You don't really believe that, or you haven't lived it. And I think when I started dating Dee Dee, that was the first time in my life it was like, yo, fuel. Wow. It was fuel. It was like, here's this girl that's saying like, yo, I got dreams and goals.
Really? She was the one with the dreams and goals.
Always went to school, did what she was supposed to do, goody two shoes. Went to school, did what she was supposed to. She was the only child. It was just her and her mom. She was very focused. And she was kind of like, yo, I like you. I'd like to have a future with you. But if we're going to have a future together, like I can't date a high school dropout. Like I can't be with somebody. So she decided, she got accepted into college. I'm going to college. If you don't get your GED and follow me, like it's a wrap. So imagine, man, we are 16, 17, sitting on a curve. I'm homeless, high school dropout. Imagine being with this young lady and you're dreaming. Yeah. And she's talking about, all right, when we get older, we're gonna have kids, we're gonna live in this house, I'm gonna be a nurse, you're gonna whatever. And so for me, that was the first time in my life that it was like, yo, it go fuel. Like, yo, I could be something, I could do something. So yeah, that for me, that was, and it was like, yo, your dad is a high school dropout, your grandfather was high, and no disrespect, because my father and I have a relationship now. Okay. So I'm saying no disrespect to him, but he dropped out, he had kids by different, my grandfather didn't finish, he had, and I just was like, yo, I wanna win, bro. So this is what I want y'all to do tonight. Tonight, I wanna go somewhere because I told you, like, I don't know if you, maybe because you're a human, and you've gotten so accustomed to human that maybe you don't know what you're capable of doing as a human, right? Anybody get a new phone, and when you get the new phone, but the iPhone 7, 8, right? The iPhone, or you went to the Galaxy. When you get that Christmas, or you get that gadget, when you first open up that gadget, what are you happy about? What it can do, all the stuff it can do, right? If you like a geek, I'm not a geek, right? But I imagine if you're a geek, you going through like, I only use the stuff I need. Like, I'm not really interested in the other stuff, right? But the geeks know everything it can do. Listen to me very closely. I believe that some of us have gotten so caught up with school and work, you forgot what you could do as a human. Like, for real, you just forgot. Like, you so caught up on life and problems. You so caught up on paying bills, you forgot you human. You forgot you the one made up the phone. You made up the TV. You made up cars. You made up flying. Like, they're human. We flying. 100 years ago, if they would have told me we could fly to Australia and watch TV, we watching TV, y'all. We watching TV on the way to Australia.
This is what happens when you have wild thoughts. And that's what I want to talk about tonight. Like wild thoughts. Like wild thoughts. Like I don't want you to be in school for grades, because I told y'all we passed that. And that's why school is so hard for some of you. That's why life is so hard for some of you, because that's all you're doing is life. You don't have no wild thoughts no more. You don't dream crazy no more. You kind of settled into like whatever little life they gave you, whatever paycheck they gave you, whatever they told you to do for 40 hours. Like you locked in on that. And I just want you to do yourself a favor. Maybe the weekend when you're not busy, I just want you to start touching the buttons and see what you're capable of. Do me a favor. I want you to get out of the average thinking. And look, okay, I'm gonna give you a secret. I want you to start having wild thoughts, because here's the deal. If you have wild thoughts and they don't work out, you can always go back to average thoughts. There's a whole bunch of people waiting for you when you come back. I promise you, they waiting. Average is gonna be there. So just do me a favor, just start thinking crazy and wild. I wanna own multiple homes and multiple cars. And I wanna have that nonprofit, and I wanna have that profit, and I wanna be able to travel the world. I want whatever. Okay, raise your hand if I'm telling the truth. You are crazy, stupid, talented. You know you are. But you get stuck on average, not using your full potential. Let me see your hand. Just some stuff you know you could be doing that you ain't doing. Let me see your hand. You know you could be doing it. Hands down. Listen to me real quick. Eric Thomas. I don't really know who I am, but you here tonight, right? So I'm telling you, I'm giving you full permission to start having wildest dreams and be yourself. I'm giving you permission. Stop waiting on people. It's the weirdest thing. I meet some of the most talented, smartest people in the world who stuck because they waiting for permission. I give you permission. I give you permission to be yourself. Like I'm giving, and why do I have the authority? Because I'm myself. I'm in full Eric Thomas permission. I ain't asked no other motivational speaker, was it all right to go hip hop? I'm just doing what I know I've been called to do, unapologetically. I want to make sure I say that. I didn't even know if I could say it. I just tried to see if I could say it. It was in my head. I was like, can I say that word? I just said it. It came out. You don't have to apologize to anybody to be great. You don't owe it to anybody else to play little no more. Come on. Don't play little no more. Like you don't want your brother to feel bad, or you don't want your cousins to, look, you have full permission. You don't want your parents to think you a know-it-all. You have full permission to be your greatness right now. You have full permission to be your greatness. Whatever your greatness is, you have full permission to be that right this second. So I need y'all to do me a favor, for real. Listen to me very closely. I'm gonna show you how to be successful. You have to understand that your losses, and this is why I want you to look at them every day, because your losses fuel you in a way that your winning can never fuel you. When you take an L, you take the right L, you like, I'm gonna be very cautious on that next move I make, if you're smart. So number one, every single day, I want you to go to bed at night, stop playing games, and be honest about the wins and the losses. So I always remember where I came from. I remember all the L's I took. Because when you forget the L's, that's when you big and bad. I remember. Those are the ones, man. Those are the ones that humble me. Those are the ones that when I get on stage and it's 10,000 people, and I think about what I did to my mom and my father who raised me. I think about how I disappointed myself. I think about disappointing my wife. I think about disappointing my kids. Like I got a story with my daughter where, you know what I'm saying, I disciplined my daughter about 3 years ago. And I don't know that I wish I could get it back, but I wish I could get the experience back because it was one of those things where for a year or so, you could tell she was like, yo, I can't believe you. And I was just like, man, it was a loss for me. And it took us a while to repair our relationship. I took a loss. So when I think about those losses, it humbles me, and I can't be like floating with the smoke at the event, you know what I'm saying? Smoke at the event, the music is playing, and the dude, coming from Lansing, Michigan, Dr. Eric, number one motivation speaker in the world. I don't run out like, I run out like, man, I hope me and my daughter can get out. Man, I hope that don't kill us. I hope she don't take that into her relationship with her husband. Man, me and my son, man, I should have, okay, my wife, E.T., you let yourself, When I'm running on stage with the losses. I'm trying to help somebody out. You wondering why you can't get to the next level. You're not humble enough to get to the next level. You focus on your wins and not your losses. I need you to switch that. All right, let's go to the next one. Yep, LeBron won, LeBron is lost. And guess what? As a result of that, when he wins, you see, why? Since the time he came out, they told him, you the king. They called LeBron the king before he ever won a crown. They told him he was the king. He was getting a shoe contract. He was the man, but he never won a championship. But when he got that first one, he was in tears. Why? Because all the losses he had up to that was just like, it was a relief.
You saw Jordan. Jordan cried that year when he won the championship, but he lost his dad. That is the epitome of wins and losses. You win the championship, 1 year set records, and you lose your dad in the same. Listen, let me tell y'all something. Listen to me, young people. Along this journey of winning, expect to take some blows. And when you expect to take some blows, it's not gonna hurt as much. It's not the thing that happened to you that broke you. It was the fact that you didn't prepare for losses. And guess what? They coming. The losses are coming. I don't care how successful your marriage is, how good you are as a parent, what you do financially. Like, if you do not pencil in losses when they happen, I'm telling you, they gonna break you. I leave you with this. It only take a couple more wins to turn that whole situation around. It only took a couple classes. It only took a GED to erase that I was a high school dropout. It didn't take a PhD. It didn't take a master's degree. It took a GED to turn everything around. It took a 4-year degree to get me here at Michigan State. You gotta get back up again and erase those losses and get you a couple wins. There's nothing like a couple wins that make you feel good about your losses. Small steps, great distances. You heard what I said. I'm going to say it slower because I need you to embrace it and feel it. And this is about to take us to a whole other level, y'all. Look, I'm gonna say it again, I'm gonna say it slow. This year, we're gonna take small steps, but we will eventually get great distances. Small steps, great distances. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? Small steps, great distances. So I'm gonna give you 4 principles for the next 90 days. This is what we own for the next 90 days. Listen to me. Principle number 1, we're gonna start with the minuscule. Are you hearing me? Put my steps up there, Carl. Put my steps up. I need them to see them. We're gonna literally do small steps together, right? So every day, get your Fitbit, get your phone, and we're literally going to take steps together. Small steps, not big steps. And then I'm gonna keep my phone with me, and as I travel to the world, I'm gonna give you principles throughout the week so we can make it happen. Minuscule first, all right? That's the stuff you doing, small steps. Steps that we're going to do together that you're not even going, nobody's going, you go do some stuff with your boy E.T., nobody's even going to know you doing it, right? But that's where we're going to start. That's like the GED, right? Minuscule. No, I didn't have a graduation. I didn't march across the stage. A whole lot of people didn't come and see your boy when I got the GED. The GED was something that they put in the mail and it came to my crib, right? We didn't do no celebration, but it was that minuscule. It was that small thing that I did that eventually kept your boy E.T. in the game, all right? Then mediocre, right? That's like below average. That ain't even deep. Me getting to college took me 12 years to get a 4-year degree. Mediocre, guys. That wasn't even average. Like 12 years, that ain't even average. But that 12 years, getting that degree in 12 years still kept me in the game. Yep. And then the measurable. Yep, that's the stuff you should be doing, right? Then I got the master's degree. Yep, the measurable. We're going to work on the measurable. We taking our time. Minuscule, mediocre. Some of y'all trying to go straight to measurable, straight off the cuff. And then we go into miracle. We going to get the miracle territory, baby. That's the PhD. That's the book. That's being one of the #1 motivational speakers in the world. And where did it start? It started with the minuscule. So you doing too much. You're doing absolutely too much. And we're going to take our time. Small steps, great distances. Go back, right? I need you to go back. And I need you to be honest, do an honest assessment. And I want you to write down what it is you're trying to do. And I need you to be very honest about where you are in terms of what you're trying to do. Like, where are you? So for those of you who I want to be a millionaire, I just need you to really be think through, where are you financially? Like in terms of financial literacy, where are you? In terms of financial discipline, where are you? And in your past, where are you? Do you spend money you don't have? So I heard somebody say this the other day. I thought it was funny, right? Somebody was talking about, and I'm talking about mentality. I need y'all to hear me. Can you lift your own weight, right? Can you lift your own weight? So somebody was saying yo, I don't know why y'all on the phone all proud of the fact that you could change your own oil. Like, why would you want to change your oil anyway if that's not your job? Right? And somebody was like, well, I save $140. And he save $140. But what if you make $250 an hour? No, hear what I'm saying. Why would you change your own oil to save $140 when it took you 3 hours to do it? And somebody like, yo, so you saying you always, and I said, look, let me jump in. Like, I ain't trying to be disrespectful, but first of all, I didn't go to school to change oil. That ain't my job. That's somebody else's job. Let my man do his job. Somebody else said that when he changed your oil, because he went to school, there's some other stuff under the engine that he see that you don't see when you changing your oil. So while you saved $140, you missed something else that he would have helped you catch so that the life of your car. So you changed your oil, but you didn't notice the 3 or 4 other things that was missing. I said, look, let's not talk about you saving $140. Here's the challenge. You can't pull your own weight. The challenge is you shouldn't have a car that costs you $140 to change the oil when you ain't got $140 to change the oil. You should have had that car in the first place. Why do you have a vehicle that the oil costs $140 and you can't afford it? Why would you buy something that you got to change the oil? That's not your job. And you know why you're doing it? Because it's no longer a car to you. Now it's a status symbol. And so we're dealing with something deeper. You can't hold your own weight. You bought something you can't afford. Why? The deeper issue is because you got a self-esteem problem. And so you got shortcuts. So you drive a car to make it look like you somewhere you are. But when you actually there, you ain't got to have a car that look like you there because you there. No, hear what I just said. When you're there, you don't have to look like you there because you're there. But when you're not there, you can't pick your own weight up. You have to do stuff. And now you done messed up your whole credit because you bought a car so that people can think you somewhere that you're not. And you've destroyed your whole future. That if you could hold your own weight, you could drive around in the Ford Fusion and be, I'm talking about comfort, like a Range Rover. You getting out that joint like a Range Rover. You getting out the Ford Fusion like what? Like you in a 745 Li, like what? Why? Because you ready. Are you hearing me? You ready.
When someone tells me, you know, Lewis, I've got a really good job. Yeah. I'm making 130 grand a year. I've been doing it for 20 years. I got a, you know, really good life, good kids, good wife, but just that something's missing. And they got those like golden handcuffs, right? Where they're good life, but it's not outstanding. What do you say to those individuals who are like, it's hard to really, they don't want to hit rock bottom because they got a good life. But man, it's really tough to break through that top level.
Look, man, I just had this conversation with like my #1 client in the world, and that's my son. You know, we just had this talk. And I said, son, you are probably at the most dangerous part of your life. And he's like, Dad, I got 3 months and I graduate from college. Like I work with Tom Izzo. You know, I won Dad, I wear an Elite 8 ring, a Final 4 ring. Dad, I got a job offer of a lifetime. And I was like, that's the problem. I'm like, everything you've ever dreamed of, you are 3 months away. So what happens 3 months and 1 day? Like you have nothing, son. Like I said, so what you have to do for me is now I need you to start all over from scratch. I need you to come up with what's the next 4 years look like? What's the next grind? I'm like, is it getting an 800 credit score? Is it saving $250,000? Is it finding the girl of your dream and getting married? You know, is it buying a house, helping your mom pay for your sister to go to school? I'm like, son, I don't care what it is, but you don't understand this is dangerous because this is where people mess up. They get comfortable, they settle, and they think, yo, I made it. And like you said, that's the worst place in the world. So I told my son, like, yo, just imagine in 3 months, you're going to wake up and every dream you've had since you were 6 or 7 years old is all like, who graduates with the dream job? You know, who lives in New York? He's in Manhattan. He's going to be in Manhattan, Times Square. You know, so I said, son, this is a dangerous place. So I say to those individuals, yeah, you're right. You don't want to hit rock bottom, but you have to create your own mental rock bottom so that you don't hit rock bottom.
People do what they do outside of the people they're doing it for. You know, it's the weirdest thing. It's like people self-proclaim, like, I'm a great speaker. Who told you were great? Like, was it the people that you were talking to? Did they tell you were great? Or did you just make up in your own mind you're great? And so I spend a lot of time, what do the people want to hear? What are their challenges? What are they going through? So when you see me at a Michigan State still, you know, when you still see me at a prison or, you know, at a shelter, I'm doing that because I need to know the pulse of the people that I'm talking to. And there are a lot of people they do it shine outside of the people that they're doing it for. And that's one of the things I appreciate about you when I was talking to you about my wife's health, it was okay, E, let's talk about not some just, all right, E, MS. It's like, oh, okay, what's your wife, what's Dee Dee going through right now? What is she experiencing? Because there'll be people who talk to me about MS, and I'm like, yo, my wife not in a wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to me like my wife, and I know people who are, but you're talking to me like my wife is in a wheelchair. Like, you have not gotten to know my wife yet. So you're giving me some information not based on what she's really going through right now. So we need to talk about and I just think a lot of people, when they do their work, Sean, they don't care about the people that they're actually working for. They're so consumed with the work itself and speaking that it's like, yo, it's so easy for me to do what I do because I spend 30, 40 hours with people. And then when I talk, I only talk about what they told me they wanted to hear. I want people to understand this. Dream big, but get small wins, though. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You can dream big, but get the small wins. Okay. And those small, I'll never forget hearing John Elway speak once. John Elway was like, yo, I became great by being good over a long period of time. And so for me, it was, all right, Dee Dee's leaving. She's going to college. If I can get my GED, that's all I need to focus on right now is let me get the GED. And here's the thing I never realized. By having a girlfriend, it was like, I'm not dating anybody that's selling dope. I'm not dating anybody that's, violent. Yeah. I'm not dating nobody that's carrying a gun. So for me—
those were wins.
Yeah, so for me, it was like, I didn't even know by being with her, it stopped me from doing some of the stuff that had I not had a purpose, I probably would have been doing what my boys were doing. Because I was with them, I just wasn't doing what they were doing. So the GED was the first win. Okay. Then I ended up following her, going to college. Now, our first college was Oakwood, went to a very small school in Alabama. Okay. But then after I finished that, and I was speaking at the time, and so now universities are like, University of Cincinnati saw me, University of Louisville, Michigan State. So Michigan State came and said, hey, all these guys like you, but we want to court you. Like, we want you to come get a degree and eventually work for the university. Okay. So I'm thinking high school dropout, I got a 4-year degree. I go to Michigan State, like I can make my mama proud again. I'm from Detroit. So it's U of M or it's Michigan State. Right. And so I'm like, yo, I can reverse this thing. My little sister went to U of M. So if I go to Michigan State, my mom, that's like house money. Right. You know what I'm saying? That's like, mom could be proud of me again. Because, of course, leaving home, we get into it. It was a point where my mom was kind of discouraged. Like, I didn't raise you like this. So to go to Michigan State, get a master's degree, it's like, yo, I can make mama proud. And then when she came to the graduation all excited, I'm like, hey, I might as well get the PhD. Let's just finish it up, bring her back one more time. And some of the pain that I caused her, I'm sure another degree is only gonna make her that, much more. So I just say, man, start with the small wins.
Now I've got a special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the question of the day. I wanna know, what was your single biggest takeaway from this video? And what is your specific plan of action for the next week? When you just watch a video and get motivated by it, you have a 35% chance of following through. But when you get motivated and then create a specific plan of action, you have a 91% chance of following through. That's what we do here, Believe Nation. We get motivated, but then we do something about it. And when you commit to other people, you increase your chances even further of following through. So, what was your biggest takeaway from this video? And then what is your plan of action around it for this week? Put it down in the comments below because I want to celebrate you.
Everything is intentional. Come on. Intentional. You got to be intentional and deliberate. And everybody that's running with you got to be intentional and deliberate. See, this is what I don't do. I don't hang with people who can only get up when they got something to motivate them. That's not somebody I want to hang out with. I want to hang out with the dude in Boston, you can kill him. In Detroit, you can kill him. In Toronto, you can bring the noise. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I want to hang with somebody. I don't care what the circumstances. I don't care what the situation. You put it on your back and you like, let's go. I don't run with people who count on me to put up 50 points. I run with people who put up 50 on their own. I put up 50, they put up, and we murder you. But look, Mike, that's why I respect Mike. I'm telling y'all, man, go look at some highlights, y'all. Magic was the man. Larry Bird was the man. LeBron, talking about Black Mamba, the man. But go back and look at some highlights, y'all young. Go back and look at the highlights of MJ. Go look at the highlights. Go look at that intensity my man had. Go look at the highlights. Watch Jordan rise, 6'6". He started here and then, boom, and looked at you like boom. He would shoot a J. He was the only one that make a J. He started that. He'd make a J and assassinate you. Boom. Let's shoot. He's the only one dunk, only one in history. who will dunk on you and then stop you. The only one, offensive massacre and defensive assassination. I'll take it from you, I'll rip it from you, and you'll watch me go down. Boom. And I'll make your crowd shut up. I'll take them out the game. Are you hearing me? You gotta have that dog.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.